eyes return to vomit. Fell so far from knowledge. Ooh, look at my people. The greatest on this earth, but want to be equal. Women dress like hoes and men, we don't treat them like we supposed to. Let Esau control you, act just how they show you. And we ain't getting nowhere because all you wanna do is get that money, copper rubber. Look out for your people, you was taught that that's a no-no. Won't go back to master cause they love it where they are. They don't understand they was made by God to be gods. Because they let them go. Blackest players do the most. I guess it's cause they know. Or maybe cause they Jimmy Crow. Oh my. If sinners entice thee, get from beside me. I can't follow you. I can't roll with you. I can't roll with you. If you ain't keeping these laws, then I can't roll with you. I see you cooking on the Sabbath. I can't roll with you. Get away, way. Cause I can't roll with you. I can't roll with you. I can't roll with you. I can't roll with you.
And when the evil continues to pour out blatantly, with no regard, no fear, no nothing, when you're just straight up lying, and just making up stuff, all for the sake of trying to draw disciples after them, because that's what it's about, to try to destroy you.
All right.
Shalom.
Shalom,
Shalom,
Israel.
shalom.
Most High in Christ blessed to you. I'm Captain Zakar to my right.
Captain Gang.
And our reader today on the end is Soldier Lael. You can't see him, but he's with us here in spirit.
That's right.
Welcome to FCN.
That's right.
Four Corner News, where truth speaks.
Ooh.
That's right.
What y'all think about that slogan? I've been meditating on that thing for
Where
2
truth
weeks.
speaks.
Where truth speaks. I like that.
Oh, man.
You know how Patient Saints got their thing where the Patient Saints, Captain Shemaiah, Captain Amaziah, Deacon Malachi, Captain RA, they come on. Patient Saints, radio. We got our own thing. This is FCN where truth speaks.
Truth. That's right.
I'm about to get, we gonna get that on a shirt. Israel, make sure y'all support when that thing come out now.
Right.
It help beautify the sanctuary back there.
That's right.
Oh, and don't mind that championship belt back there on that you see that? You see that? That's coming, Israel, down
That's
the pipeline.
That's right. Stay
I'm
tuned.
telling you, man. Israel,
Stay tuned. Stay tuned.
tuned.
Y'all. Stay
Israel
tuned.
is fresh.
It's going
Shout out to
down.
the soldier Benaniah in Chicago. Him and his wife designed and sold those garments for all us captains, so we can look like the glorious man that the Lord created us
That's
to be.
right.
Like they say in the scriptures, the warlike, the beautiful
Apparel.
warlike apparel.
Yep.
Right. So shout out to the brother out there in Chicago doing his thing. Him
All
and his
praises.
wife. Hey. So with how they say it? With no further ado,
Without further
ado, let's get to it.
let's get to it.
I've been
Let's do
waiting
it.
on this thing. It's been so much happening in the
Bring it
news,
out.
man, and y'all know, maybe a lot of us that are not caught up with the affairs of this world, we might not know what's going on out there, but this is what they call Pride Month.
Pride Month.
Pride Month, right? And the thing is, when I started doing my research on it, it is worse than what we know. It's worse because we don't. A lot of us, once you repent, you ain't watching TV that much for real no more. You ain't caught up in all this stuff. You studying the word of the Lord. You at the Sabbath.
Right.
You fundraising. You
days
at
and-
feast days. So you don't really get caught up with a lot of that stuff. But when you type it in on Google, man, it is worse than you think. Matter of fact, you know how bad it is? I know you don't have one. But this is how bad it is. And a lot of y'all are getting caught slipping in the Facebook world. On Facebook, you don't know how many posts I have seen with the rainbow behind it. And Israel, I know it means something different to us, but I guarantee you Israel ain't even paying attention to the rainbow flag being your behind your post on Facebook. It's real bad. But
sneaky, man. Esau's sneaky.
He's sneaky. But we you know, it's the second half of the show. We're gonna get to let's get to the opening articles right here, man, because it came out a few weeks ago, which a lot of people ain't even thinking about no more. They done swept this up under the rug. Read that for me, Soldier Lyle.
5 years and the Flint water crisis continues its deadly toll.
So this is 5 years later. How many people talking about Flint? Ain't nobody talking about Flint no more.
No.
Nobody cares. This is like, oh, it happened to them. These is Negroes. They always oppress, whatever. Make it headline news, and then we'll forget about it next week.
Right.
But for 5 years, our brothers and sisters in Flint been suffering. And it ain't all over Flint, too. It's in one particular area, right? So this was back. This article right here came out April. So this is just a few months ago.
Right.
Let you know, 5 years later, right? Hey, scroll down on it. Read that for us.
Jasmine McBride was struggling to breathe, but as she sat in her doctor's office near Flint, Michigan, last July, tethered to an oxygen tank, McBride just wanted to tell everyone about her upcoming 30th birthday party. She rattled off the details. Her uncle would fire up the barbecue, and kids would play games. There would be music and dancing, and everyone was invited, even her doctors. Bring your grandchildren if you have them, she said. Just let them have fun. Get some food.
Scroll down.
Scroll down. Get some food and have a water balloon fight.
Read on. Read that next paragraph.
For McBride, this birthday wasn't just a milestone. It was a celebration of survival.
So we don't condone birthdays. We know those is evil and they wicked, right? Well, go ahead.
She was one of the 90 people in Flint area that the state said were sickened during the 2014-15 outbreak of
Legionnaires'
disease. A sometimes fatal form of pneumonia caused by waterborne bacteria.
Now,
Waterborne
I didn't know that
bacteria.
I didn't know that's what Legionnaires' disease was, because I've heard of it before when this came out, doing some research on it, but I didn't actually know what it was. And we're going to watch a video here in a second to show what it does to you, though. But that's called Legionnaires' disease, and it's like a form of pneumonia. Now, if you ever had pneumonia, you know that thing puts you on your foot. I'm going to just keep it straight with you. Put you on your ass.
Right.
Pneumonia, you can't get up out the bed.
Right.
All right. Hey, Shalom. Captain Severus in the house with us tonight. Glad he could join us on FCN.
Shalom, Cap.
But it's like pneumonia. You know, pneumonia keep you tied to your bed. You're sleepy all the time. You can't hardly move. Your body aches, right? But that comes from a waterborne bacteria, Legionnaire's disease, all right? Keep on reading.
The source of the outbreak hasn't been definitely proven, but numerous scientists have linked it to improperly treated water the city pulled from the Flint River and used as its drinking water supply.
Now, scroll down to the video. I want you to watch this now. Now, I'm going to warn you. Brothers and sisters, it's sad, man. If you care about your people,
This is sad.
and you after you watch this video, man, you're gonna feel the pain that our people are going through, and you're gonna have some empathy on them, like Ezra's had, because Ezra's wasn't worried about he said he was talking to the Lord. He said, you know what's best for all mankind, but for thy people, Israel, whom I am sorrowful for.
Right.
This is who we care about. So when we see this thing, watch how sad it is. This is Flint water crisis continues its deadly toll. Go ahead.
When did you guys stop drinking the water?
My mom actually, she was hearing things about the water in 2014. And she was telling me, like, Jasmine, don't drink the water. I don't know if it's true or not. Me, still was just drinking water, bathing in it, brushing my teeth. I thought it was okay. But I was wrong. And now I'm paying for it. Big time.
Hey, pause it right there. Well, you see it says Legionnaires running back some. Yeah. Let me read that. It says Legionnaires severely damaged her lungs, heart, and kidneys. She was 26 years old at the time.
So it's basically it destroyed all her primary organs in her body.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's, when it says it's a form of pneumonia, it's like pneumonia times 10.
Right.
It's dead. We all know pneumonia is deadly, but that right there is on a whole nother level. As you can see, it's the lungs, heart, kidneys gone. She was 26 years old. Most 26-year-old people are in decent health. Right. You don't really have heart and kidney problems and lung problems. A lot of 26-year-olds don't. That hit you start going downhill, right? 40 and on down, but but that happens when you got that Legionnaire's disease, right? Let me get this script real quick, because it came from drinking that water. Go to Jeremiah 50. I want to show you something, man. And God prophesied about this stuff in the Bible, man. This is what is happening to our people. Like and I guarantee that's not all over the city of Flint. That's in one primary area.
Like I was saying before.
Yeah.
This is chemical warfare.
Yeah.
And when you really put the pieces together, that's chemical warfare right there. They targeted an area,
right.
And they supposedly
they the pipes and stuff.
Right.
That water was filtered into one designated area.
Come on now.
Who happened to be there?
Who happened to be there?
It was us.
Come on.
Cause you know.
And they get on these other countries about chemical warfare.
Yeah.
Right. They got on Syria, the president of Syria,
yeah.
about that. But who's gonna go ahead and police America?
No, on our behalf,
right.
Nobody. Right. And we're gonna prove it a little later on too. Hey, read verse 7 for me. Jeremiah 50 and 7.
Jeremiah chapter 50 and verse 7.
I just want the top part of that. Read that.
All that found them have devoured them.
Have what?
Devoured them.
And that's what happened in Flint, man. And that happens all across the United States. Hell, wherever our people are, the other nations devour us. Right? It ain't just in the political system with because they talk about a lot of high up people knew that they was drinking water with lead in it and didn't do anything. It's also on the hood level where every hood, who you got? You got Habib in there. Every hood got Habib. Every hood got a Fu Wong. Right? And they in there just devouring our money, man. Taking it back to where they come from, putting their kids through school, living in nice houses, nice cars, while all manner of evil is going around us. They devouring us with our money, and now they taking our lives. We're gonna get that in a few too. Go back to that video. Finish it out.
I've been doing a breathing treatment to help open up my airway and my lungs. It's some type of medicine in that solution that I put in there. And it does help.
Look how many times she got to do it.
When you
let it play. Look how many times she got to do
the treatment when you don't do the treatment. But 4 times a day is kind of hard to do, especially when you have dialysis. You just want to sleep all day and do nothing. Like, I look at my generation, my classmates, and I'm like, They all got children or they're starting a family, and here I am, I'm battling health issues. It's a challenge, but do what you gotta do to live, to get better.
So she walking around with an oxygen tank. She is connected to an oxygen tank right now. Wow.
And on
Young.
dialysis, so that means she got that bag on her too.
Right. So if you don't know what dialysis is,
Right.
Dialysis is where I think every 2 days or 3 days, my mother-in-law used to have that, and that's when one of your kidneys is not functioning and the blood is not properly circulating in the body. So they hook you up to a machine where they circulate your blood, or they give you a new batch, right?
Yeah, they clean it.
They clean it out of all the toxins.
Machine, clean it, and send it right back.
Because the Most High created us where we are already naturally, our body naturally does it.
Yeah.
But when something happens in the body, well, now you got to get hooked up to a machine. And that's what happened right
And
there.
that take hours, man. That takes like 5-6 hours.
Yes.
Just think of that. She got that dialysis, and then on top of the breathing treatments,
Right.
she can't skip O's. You know, yeah, she can mess around and suffocate right there, on the spot, man. Finish the video. Finish the video out. Pause it. On February 12th, 2019, Jasmine McBride died. She was 30 years old.
That's young, man.
That's young. And that stuff started in 2014.
Right.
5 years later, she was dead. And tried her best to survive with all of that stuff, right? Hey, go to Psalms 10. Go Psalms 10 and 2. Pull up the next article. I want to show you something. Give me the next article. Read that.
Psalms chapter 10.
Read. Hey, start at verse 1.
Psalms chapter 10 and verse 1. Why standest thou afar off, O Lord? Why hidest thou thyself in times of trouble?
That's what it feels like, and I guarantee you, that's why a lot of our people turn their back on the Bible, don't want to hear nothing about God. I know people in Flint is probably like, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. Right, you know, they ain't trying to hear no solutions. Their ears is closed because they're in a time of trouble, and it feel like God is hiding himself from us. Right? Read on.
The wicked in his pride doeth persecute the poor.
They do what?
Persecute the poor.
That's what you see up there in Flint.
There you go.
They are persecuting the poor. Like I said, that water ain't funneling to everybody in Flint, Michigan. That's funneling to predominantly black neighborhoods because we all gathered together. And I'm sure it's a few Northern Kingdom up there with us too that caught it. Right? They persecute the poor. Read on.
Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined.
Read on.
For the wicked boasteth of his heart's desire and blesses the covetous, whom the Lord abhorreth.
Read on.
The wicked, through the pride of his countenance, will not seek after God. God is not in all his thoughts.
God ain't in his thoughts. I know they got in God we trust on the money. Right. I know they make you stand up and one nation under God, indivisible, all that stuff. That is a bunch of BS. Right. God ain't in all his thoughts at all. No. And it's so much proven that they made a month for one of the abominations that God has for it in the Bible. Right. He said it's abomination to him. They said, you know what? Make a whole month for it. Give them a whole month for it. God ain't in all their thoughts, man.
Hey, and not only that, they say that the LGBTQ movement is equivalent to the civil rights movement. That how America should give them reparations.
Right. Straight abomination. The wicked is not in their thoughts. They don't have no fear of God at all.
No, not at all.
Their God is that money. That money is their God. So of course they don't fear. They'll kill us by the boatload, wholesale.
And wait till we get to part 2 of the show when we start diving deep into the pride of Sodom. You gonna see how money is their God. That's why ain't nobody speaking again. I don't want to jump the gun. Jump down to verse 8.
Verse 8. He sitteth in the lurking places of the villages.
That's the hood.
In the secret places doth he murder the innocent. His eyes are privily set against the poor.
That's it right there. Like you
go.
said earlier, this is chemical warfare.
This is
What's
chemical
another way?
warfare.
Okay, we got abortion clinics set up here.
Right.
We got police brutality, right? Set up in there. What's another way? You know what? Poison the water
There you
that
go.
they brush their teeth with.
That's right.
Drugs,
they
right?
do.
They got drugs in the community. But poison the water because they drink that every day. They brush their teeth with it. They hop in the shower with it. And eventually, it's going to take the toll on them.
Right.
And ain't nobody going to think about it because don't nobody care about these Negroes. So much to this. Go to the next article. I want to show you something. Go to the next article. I'm going to prove something to you. Read that for me. Read that strong and loud. Read that.
Oh, man.
Prosecutors drop all criminal charges in the Flint water crisis.
Flint, Michigan.
Residents fear our lives don't matter.
And that's June 13th.
Damn.
All criminal charges in Flint, Michigan water crisis were dropped.
How many of y'all knew about that?
Nobody.
I didn't
They
notice.
They wasn't on CNN.
I did not notice.
They wasn't on MSNBC.
No, they won't. That's why when we read the script, it says, in the secret places do he murder. This didn't get big press.
Right.
This did not get big press. It happened secretly. And I remember seeing on Facebook where somebody was holding up a sign, we still don't have clean water. Flint still don't have
I saw that.
clean water.
That's 5 years later. They still can only drink bottled water.
Right.
And look at this. Look how evil Esau is. On the flip side of that, you can't drink the water that comes out of the faucet, right? So where you got to get your water from? You got to go to the stores to buy the water. Okay, we get the money on the flip side of that too.
Right.
Oh, and we're going to make you sick, so you're going to have to take this dialysis. You got to get this insulin, breathing machines.
And that let you know who they were targeting. Because Esau don't drink city water.
Right.
All Esau drink is the Sonic.
Yeah.
They get their filters.
Yeah.
They make sure they don't drink city
Right.
water.
They don't have to worry about that.
Nah.
They don't have to worry about that. They don't have the same pipes running through their kitchens like
Hey,
us.
I remember Deacon Yawasop brought that out in class one time
Right.
about how he used to work somewhere and
Electronic store.
it was an electronics store, right? And he said that the refurbished electronics are shipped to the black neighborhoods.
Yes.
Yep.
And Bishop mentioned that too about you go to Walmart. That's, here's the hood. Walmart is 2.2 miles away from the hood, right? And you go in there and get a steak that says prime, grade A prime ribeye steak. Right. That ain't no damn grade A prime ribeye steak. That's the meat that was almost leftover, almost spoiled. Slap a tag on it and ship it to the black people in that neighborhood.
Hell, they even put food coloring in it.
Oh,
That's why
I've seen that.
sometimes when you get the meat, the bottom would be brown, but the top would be so bright red.
Yeah. You be
They
like,
even
ooh,
put
that's
food
fresh.
coloring.
Right.
They had a show where they exposed some supermarkets for doing that. Where now, I don't know if you ever walked in a supermarket and you seen the meat already seasoned. That's meat that
I've been hearing
you seen
that.
that? Hey,
Yeah.
anytime you see that when you go to the supermarket, that's the meat that was about to expire. They pulled off and they seasoned it and they put it back on the shelf.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm telling you, and that happened only in our neighborhood.
That's
Esau's
crazy.
disgusting, man.
Yeah, you know they're only
Esau's
putting
disgusting.
seasoned food in black people's
You know
neighborhood.
it.
Because they know we gonna eat it.
Lazy
yeah.
as hell.
Oh, that's already seasoned? I can make it
Hey,
real
I
quick
fell
tonight.
victim a couple times before I
Oh,
see
they got you.
They got me good.
They got us, dog.
Damn.
They got us.
Ready to go? Damn. All right.
That's crazy, man. Hey, so go back to that. So it says that they criminal charges in Flint was dropped. Michigan residents say our lives don't matter. They don't to Esau, man. They really don't. Go to Jeremiah. I'm gonna show you something, cause this is a lot of times Juneteenth was just yesterday, and they were sitting in front of Congress or whoever they was speaking about reparations and stuff, man. Let me give you a news flash. Let me tell my people the only reason that you even got some kind of peace with this man on the earth is because God is allowing it. Give me that in Jeremiah 15 and 11. Jeremiah chapter 15, verse 11.
Jeremiah chapter 15 and verse 11.
Uh-huh.
The Lord said, verily, it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily, I will cause the enemy to entreat thee, treat thee well in the time of evil. and in the time of affliction.
So that's the only reason that, some of us are escaping the Flint water crisis. The Lord having mercy on us. Even more when you keep his commandments, he'll shield you from the enemies whose hand is set against you, who privily want to shoot at you because you the poor.
Yep.
Right? That's the only reason that God is allowing that affliction to overpass us, is because he's looking out for us. Right? Go back to that article, and I want to scroll down on it. I want to scroll down on it a little bit and show who they dropped the charges against. Right? They dropped charges against Pookie and Ray, like Bishop said, and all that, Jerome. Right? Who they dropped the charges against? Scroll down. Yeah, go ahead.
After the years of Flint, Michigan, residents have spent living without a drop of safe water from their taps and the millions of dollars spent on a probe to bring those responsible to justice.
So look at this. This is 5 years, and they spent millions of dollars, right? Millions. The article going to tell you, but they spent millions of dollars with lawyers doing detective work and all that type of stuff, right? Read that.
State prosecutors Thursday announced they were throwing the whole case out and starting all over.
They starting all over. Why? Read the next part.
Despite assurances from Michigan Solicitor General Fadwa
Hamad,
and Wayne County Prosecutor Kim Worthy, that investigators are still committed to working to find the answers the citizens of Flint deserve.
Read on.
Residents were stunned at the turn of events.
So you mean to tell me in 5 years, and the people like the head man, in every city they got like a water representative type dude that sits on the city council and fights for this and whatever when it comes to water. You mean to tell me 5 years of and millions of dollars of doing police detective work, you can't find out who's the source of cause, who turned the damn switch to flip the water from going in the sewer to going to black people's faucets?
Right. Now, what it is the suitcase popped open.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. Each one of those prosecutors probably got that suitcase, first-class delivery, popped open right on
magically the case is dropped.
Right. Because this not a one-man show right here.
Not at all.
This ain't just one man doing it, and they can narrow it down to a specific location, the water plant.
Right. Who in this damn water plant turn the pipes to go over here in the hood?
It's simple as hell.
Go to the cameras.
And they can't get one person
in 5 years.
No.
That's crazy.
Not gonna happen.
That is crazy, man. Is there any more than that? Go. It feels kind of degrading. Read that.
It feels kind of degrading, Flint activist Leanne Walters told the AP. Like, all that we went through doesn't matter. Our city was poisoned. My children have health issues. And the people responsible just had all the charges dropped against them.
Man, that'll crush your spirit, man.
Yeah, of course.
That will crush your spirit. Go to Deuteronomy 28. But you got to understand why that stuff happens, though, right? You got to understand why that happens. When you understand why it happens, it gives you a little bit more peace going through it, right? I mean, it's hell going through it. I'm not negating that fact at all. Nobody wants to be drinking damn water with lead and all of this stuff. Got to buy a bottle of water every day. But when you got the scriptures of God, you kind of understand. And when things like this come across, you be like, well, it's the curses. It's the curses, right? Read that in Deuteronomy chapter 28, and I want to read verse 29.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 29. And thou shalt grope at noonday, as the blind gropeth in darkness. And thou shalt not prosper in thy ways. And thou shalt be only oppressed and spoiled evermore.
Read on.
And no man shall save thee.
And when you understand that, man, it gives you a little bit of peace. You understand why these things continue to happen to us. And I ain't saying that it's good we go through it as a people, but we gotta serve out the punishment. Right. We got to serve out the punishment, and God got a infinite amount of ways of how to jack you up.
Oh yeah,
right.
Yeah,
whoever thought that they would poison the water in 2014? Yep. We thought them days was over. We thought that was Jim Crow and sharecropping days, right? and the civil rights times, right?
Northern Kingdom too, when they poison a lot of the wells as well.
Yeah.
Around Northern Kingdom.
You wouldn't think that in 2014, but as long as we keep sinning, God gonna keep jacking us up.
Right.
Oh, he gonna keep jacking us up. Go to that next article. Let's see what else we got in the news. Oh boy. Oh, hey, before we play that.
Oh man.
Before we play that. Facebook, talk to me. YouTube, talk to me.
Who? Did y'all see the whole thing?
We saw it. We're gonna play it. We're gonna play it.
Man.
Who has been keeping up with what happened to the brother and sister out there in Phoenix, Arizona? Who been keeping up with that, man? I
couldn't watch the whole thing.
That is crazy.
I couldn't watch it.
That is crazy, man.
I kept getting mad, almost threw my phone watching this thing.
Can you imagine that stuff happening to you?
Oh.
Hey, and oh goodness gracious. All the little baby did was walk out the store with a baby doll.
Hey, and you know when they said it said mistakenly walked out. You know how easy it is for a baby to got it on your hip, you walking it out, and then they grab something that's
Hell, my daughter has done it before, unknowingly, just grabbed it
and not even know, man. Scroll down on that. Let me see them comments, man. I want to see what Facebook. How y'all feel about that, man? Because I know. When I first saw it, man, and I heard Jay-Z helping him out now too.
Yeah, he paid for their lawyer, and he actually gave him advice to sue the city.
Yeah, but is that gonna stop him? No, because when you dive a little bit deep into that, Phoenix had the highest cases of police shootings last year that they have ever had. So they up there pulling the cap. Like he said, I put a cap in your ass. They done putting caps in black folks.
I'll put one in your head right now.
I put one in your head. Hey, let's play it, man. Let's play it. Brace yourself, Israel.
Get ready.
Vengeance is of the Lord. I'm gonna just say that before we watch it.
Get out the fucking car! Get out the fucking car right now!
New video, Phoenix cop threatening to shoot a black mother dead, all because their 4-year-old daughter walked out with a Barbie.
Running down on them like they robbed the bank.
Right.
Police? Yeah.
You're gonna fucking get shot! Get your fucking hands off!
Yeah, he told him straight up. I'm surprised he didn't.
Get out the fucking car! Get out the fucking car right now! Yes,
Super
get out
cop
now.
right there.
Get out the fucking car!
He ran in with the cape on and everything.
Yeah.
You recording it? Yeah, I'm recording it.
Put your hands up. I don't give a shit. Put your hands up. Hands up.
So don't point the gun at my kids. He's like,
pause it.
I don't give a shit. He don't care.
He don't care, man.
You said it.
You want to say something on that?
And she pregnant. Oh yeah. You best believe that. The dude got the gun pointed at the baby.
The baby.
She said, "Don't point your gun at my kids. Right. I don't care.
Get out."
What?
Right.
Hey, if you close your eyes, you would think they getting robbed by a bunch of gangsters and thugs.
Yeah.
If you would close your eyes and listen to what's going on,
yeah,
you would think somebody is going through an armed robbery right now.
Yeah.
Right. Or even that, or the police are running down on Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah. Yeah.
For real.
Hey, go to Deuteronomy 28, man. Deuteronomy 28. You know what I want out of that, man. Shall not regard. Pull it, man. Let's talk about it. Deuteronomy 28 and verse 50.
Deuteronomy chapter 28 and verse 50.
This is who we dealing with. Read that.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of old, nor show favor to the young.
They didn't care about the mama or the babies. And we're going to finish watching the video. She going to say, I can't put it down. They can't walk.
Right. Said,
I don't care.
Put the baby down.
On the ground.
He can't walk.
Hey, you know how hot it is in Phoenix?
Oh, it gets
put the baby down.
On the concrete.
Baby can't walk.
100 degrees.
Baby can't walk.
Read that again, man. Read it again.
A nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young.
They don't care, man. There is no age limit on them. It ain't no age. You know why? You know how we know it ain't no age limit on it? Because we be acting like stuff changed. Remember, they used to use our babies for what? Gator bait.
Yep.
Ain't no age limit. They don't care. They're like, oh, it's a baby. Don't touch it. You know how some people be like, some gangsters be like, hey, man, I don't do women and
children, right.
I don't touch women. No. Ain't that what, who was that, Scarface?
Scarface, yeah.
Scarface said in the movie, I don't touch women. I don't touch women. I don't touch children. Right? He shot the dude for that, too. He blew his brains out for that. But he said, he don't do that. So even some gangsters got moral codes. Not the white man.
That's the biggest gangster.
Not Esau.
Esau is the biggest gangster.
Biggest gangster.
The most vicious gangster.
Hey, you know what? You know what? This reminds me too when it talks about won't show favor to the young. Go just a few years ago, it was the whistleblower out of the CDC was put them on blast how they was giving young black kids autism, right? Is that what it's called?
Right. Yeah. With the vaccination.
With the vaccinations, right? They didn't care. They didn't worry about no age, and the even worse, don't show no favor to the young. Hell, they don't even care if the baby's 8 months old, 9 months old. Where's it at now? Where's it at? New York, you can have a full-term abortion.
Yes.
9 months old. If you get on the table and be like, I changed my mind.
Right.
They'll kill the baby in New York.
Fresh out. The baby could be fresh hot.
Fresh.
Coming out. They give you that look. Hey, you want to take us to the
back?
Whacked? You want this baby whacked or not?
You want the baby whacked?
Yes.
Wow. We'll take them out back. We'll do them just like Egypt wanted them to do.
You don't have to look at them anymore. We'll just take them under to the side or the next room and take care of it.
That's crazy, man. Don't show. And this is the curses right here. We just making it real for our people. They don't care if they are dang 7 weeks old, 8 weeks old in the stomach, 90 days, 9 months. They'll kill them. They don't care if the man is old either. They don't care. They'll hang him too. It's a dude on Facebook. He's like 80, 90 years old. They just brought him before the judge and apologized for 2 police officers trying to hang him back in the day.
Wow.
He's 90 years old.
Damn.
You wait that long? People are evil, man. Go back to the video. Run it back some. Man, we got to get through this. This might be part 2 and 3. Go ahead.
I'm telling you.
Recording? Yeah, I'm recording it.
Put your hands up. I don't give a shit. Put your hands up. Hands up.
Now look at this. Look at this. Look how they treat the dude. Hey, go back some. Go back some.
Now watch this.
Yeah, you saw it? Did you see it with the dude?
Yeah,
go ahead. Go ahead. Bring it out. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Now, this I was gonna say. The call is not even about the dude at all. Why he snatching him out the car for like that? Right. The call is not even about him.
Nah.
They programmed already by default. You know, hey, that's that muscle memory. Grab the first.
Don't run it back in far. Go up some. Go
yeah,
ahead.
but Cap, the call is about shoplifting.
Yeah. And the thing they said was like non-threatening, non-violent shoplifting.
It's non-violent. It's a non-violent crime. Why would you run down on people for a non-violent crime?
Because they don't care, man.
Because the image is violent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Regardless on what crime you commit, your image screams violent.
It's a heavy point. It's a heavy point. Your image is violent. Hey, I want you to pay attention though. Remember, because you see how he kicked his leg out, said, "I said spread your feet." Right. Pay attention. This is why you watch the details. Pay attention to the black dude's right leg when he whispers in his ear, "Spread your feet," and watch what the black dude does. Go back. Play it from right there. And get ready to pause it. Hit space bar. Now watch his foot, his right foot. Pause. Did you see it? Yeah. His right foot went out. He spread his foot. His legs is, most time when you say spread your feet, you will put your feet shoulder width apart.
Right.
Naturally, you do that. You open them up shoulder width apart. That's just a natural function that we do. So he opened up his foot a little bit more where it was like shoulder width apart, and the dude kicked his foot out from under him and said, I said spread your feet. He moved his feet.
Make it look like he was resisting.
Make it look like he was resisting. And I don't know if you ever had your daggone foot kicked out from you. That's easily a growing pull, a strained muscle, something like it. When they kick it out from under you that fast, that hard, run it back. Let it play.
Unbalanced at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
Your hand already behind your back.
So he could have went down.
Yes.
That right leg could have went all the way out from it. He went down and tore all of that up right there.
And not only that, now it looked like he grabbed it, like he reaching for something. You know how like when you falling,
brace yourself.
Right, you kind of brace yourself.
Right. Yeah.
Now that adds on top of what it looked like he already resisted.
Yep, you right. Hey, play it. Go run it back a little bit, a few seconds, and let it play. Watch his foot, y'all. That foot went out, didn't it? Go ahead. Look at that. Pause it. Now, I don't know too much about policing. I ain't no police. But when a daggone police, I've never seen police officers, when they say spread your feet, to damn squat and take a damn, squat and take a number
cough.
2. Take a number 2. I didn't know that's how far they wanted the feet spread out when they say spread your feet.
You do a cheerleader split, basically.
Yeah.
Cap, these dudes are on a mission. So whatever you do, it ain't good enough.
Yeah.
He said, spread your feet. The brother spreaded them. And then the next scene, the brother was almost on the ground.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I mean, come on. What else can the brother do?
You know what really is in the mind of these police officers right here? They went into the situation hoping they could shoot somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Give them any
They
reason.
wanted it. Oh.
That's why they ran up on the car like that.
They couldn't wait to add a Negro's name to their killer belt.
That's crazy.
They couldn't wait.
There you go.
That's why the dude approached the car. I mean, just off the jump, pistol out. Don't effing move. I effing shoot you. Bro, you don't even know what's going on.
Nah.
They couldn't wait.
Oh, man, that's crazy. Go ahead, finish the video, man.
Tell you, I couldn't even watch the whole thing. I couldn't.
You're not complying with me. Yes, I am. When I tell you to do something, you fucking do it. I am. I'm complying with everything, sir.
Now he's mad because he couldn't shoot him.
Yeah.
And you hear in the background, I'm complying with everything, sir.
Now look at this. Put the kid down. It's the kid can't walk. Watch this. Watch this. Look at that.
Hey! Whoa, sir, come down! What's going on here? Oh, fuck that shit. We live here. Attacking a lady, man?
Pause it.
Really?
Pause it. Pause it.
So put your child
Pause
down.
It is normally 100+ degrees in Phoenix, man. And just imagine 100+ in Phoenix. On the concrete, it's at least 50 to 75 degrees hotter in Phoenix. You put that baby down on the ground in Phoenix, they liable to, because the baby's skin is softer. It ain't tough like an adult. Mm-hmm. It's liable to get burned and scarred, man.
Right. Certain degree, 3rd degree, 2nd degree burns is easy, man.
This is, proving the Bible's a true book.
And you know,
they don't care.
Well, think about this, man. To put a baby on a hot ground, normally somebody look at that would be considered child neglect, child abuse. Right. But you telling this mother to put a baby on the hot ground.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Can I get a script?
Yeah, pull it.
Let me get Ezekiel chapter 35, bro. Let me get Ezekiel chapter 35, verse 2. The Most High got a judgment for these people, man. That's right. The Most High got a judgment. You best believe that. Read verse 2.
Ezekiel chapter 35 and verse 2.
Read.
Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against
Mount
it.
Seir is the so-called white man.
Right.
Esau. Read on.
Live there.
And say unto it, thus saith the Lord God, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
Come on.
And I will stretch out my hand against thee.
I want to say, why is the Most High against a certain people? Read on.
And I will make thee most desolate.
Chapter verse 5.
Verse 5. Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
A perpetual hatred is a constant, never-ending hatred.
Yep.
So when they say slavery is gone, those are my forefathers, you still hate those same people
Right. Yep.
your forefathers
Bring it out.
put into slavery.
That's right.
Bring it out.
The Most High say y'all got a perpetual hatred. Read on.
And has shed the blood of the children.
Of who?
Of the children.
That's why they so easy to kill us like with nothing. Shed the blood of children. That's a little baby. Baby don't know what's going on, but you want her mother to put her on the 100-degree ground like she's a piece of trash.
That's crazy.
Right.
That you don't even do that to puppy dogs. Read on.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel.
Come on.
By the force of the sword.
Read.
In the time of their calamity.
Now watch verse 6. Read.
Verse 6. Therefore, as I live.
The Most High say, on my life.
That's what he said. I put that on my life.
On my life. Read.
Saith the Lord God.
Come on.
I will prepare thee unto blood.
Watch this.
And blood shall pursue thee.
Read.
Sitteth thou has not hateth blood.
The Lord say, y'all love blood.
Yeah.
You love shedding blood of the Israelites.
Right.
That's why every day, every year, we hear the same thing over and over and over. It's like, damn, when is some good white folks gonna come together and say, let's stop killing these Negroes?
Right. Yeah.
Where the good white folks at?
Where?
They don't
Hey,
exist.
you know what? They only come out when Black Lives Matters hit the street.
Right. Where the good white folks
I
at?
said that before. Ain't no white people ever got together and just did a march.
Right.
Stop killing black
Formed
folks.
the chain around the black folks. You
Yeah.
won't see it.
You ain't never see that.
You won't see that. Come on, stop.
Because it ain't none. Ain't no such thing as a good white man.
That's right.
Ain't no such thing as a good white woman. Because the Lord and blood shall pursue thee, since thou hast not hated blood. That means these people, they love to kill.
Love it.
Love it.
Whatever they reap, they shall sow.
That's right.
Whatever they sow, they shall reap.
Hey,
I got a script.
go ahead.
Psalm 58. Psalm 58. Start at verse 3.
That's crazy.
The book of Psalms, chapter 58 and verse 3. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon they be born.
If you don't know who the wicked are, let's get that. Hold that. You know what I want? Give me Malachi. Let's see who the wicked are.
Malachi,
Chapter 1, verse 4.
chapter 1 and verse 4. Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith the Lord of hosts. They shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness.
The what?
The border of wickedness.
Come on.
And the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Forever. For how long?
Forever.
I
Now
like
back.
that. I like that script, man, because that lets you know God, man, don't change.
Right.
That's right.
He's still the same mission.
Yep.
He has not changed. He has the same goal, and that's
Right.
what we're waiting on now.
How can you say God love everybody?
Oh,
it don't even make sense.
Right.
Even with
If the Lord is a just God, right?
We got too much evidence.
Think
the
about
Bible
it.
gives us too much.
If the Lord is a just God, how in the heck can you say He loved these people?
Right.
That don't even make sense. It's impossible to put that two and two together.
Go ahead, read that. Psalms 58.
Psalms chapter 58 and verse 3.
Come on.
The wicked are estranged from the womb.
So who did we establish, or the Bible established as the wicked? Esau, Idumean. Esau. Read.
They go astray as soon as they be born.
As soon as they're born, fresh out the womb, they what?
Speaking lies.
They do what?
Speaking lies.
Do what?
Speaking lies.
Prosecutors dropped all the cases.
Yep.
Right.
Not guilty. Read.
Their poison is like the poison of a serpent.
Come on.
They are all like the deaf adder that stoppeth her ear.
Right. They don't hear it.
Yep.
They don't see the wickedness.
Hey, it's a good script right here. Go
They
ahead.
don't see it. Come on.
Which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely.
And those charmers are those coons.
Yep.
Who's trying to march and trying to tell them, listen,
Hey.
we're being persecuted. We're being killed by the boatload. We're being poisoned. Our water is being poisoned. No, your votes don't matter.
Yeah.
They don't see it.
Right.
Yeah. Hey, I'm glad that's a great script you pulled right there. You just threw the lob. I'm gonna catch it, and I'm gonna slam that thing.
Bring it out.
Go to the next article right there with Mitch.
Bring it out.
Good old Mitch.
Oh man.
The third tab. Right there, buddy.
Oh yeah.
Right
bring
there.
it.
Bring it out.
Hold
Bring
on.
it out.
Hold on.
It don't get no better than this right here.
That's the
It
audio
don't
right
get
there.
no better than this. Golly.
Woo! Aaron talking about reparations,
There we
right?
go.
June.
Ain't he running? He running for president? Or something?
Nah,
What
he's
he
the
doing?
House representative for the Republicans,
Oh,
majority
okay.
leader, so he speaks for them, right? So let's read this article first, because that was good. You said like the deaf adder, he stoppeth her ear. They don't hear nothing, right? Read that real quick.
Republican Mitch McConnell believes Barack Obama's election made up for slavery.
Oh my goodness!
What? What?
That's
I thought it was Aram. Hey, did they say he was a Arabian or something like
Said
that?
he's not from America.
What the hell is
Birth
this?
certificates falsified, all of that.
Right.
McConnell believes Barack Obama's election made up for slavery. This is let you know. This is how they think.
Right.
This is
I'm
why.
glad you
This
brought
is
that
this
up.
is why they when you see stuff like that, put your baby on the hot ground. You will see in the comments people will be like, why didn't they just comply? Why did they just put the baby down like the officer said? Why did he just spread his feet?
Hey.
It's because we got Obama.
Right.
You should be happy.
Right. And you know what that's saying, Cap? That saying is that the black vote didn't vote Obama in.
Oh.
McConnell believes Barack Obama's election made up for slavery, so let you know who put Barack Obama in office.
They did.
Damn!
You caught that.
Pop it.
You caught that. We're going to get some bombs.
Goodness
later.
gracious.
But hey, now go to the video. Go to the video.
let me hear this
Let's hear the video. Hey, before we play the video, Israel family, I just want y'all to take a look at the curse. What did God call him? He said, the people of my curse.
Yes.
Look at the dude. Dude got a turkey neck, man. Gobble, gobble, man. Just no body. Look, no body. He looks like the Walking Dead, the Z Nation. They got no
For real,
bottom
real talk.
lip.
Oh, but that whole
Real
jaw.
talk.
The lip and the chin just all one motion, and the neck is 2 degrees behind the chin.
He looks like from the Dracula from when Gary Oldman played Dracula.
They are the children of the devil, man. That's what they are.
Man, the guy calling the people of my curse, man. Just Play. Let's listen to what he said, man. Listen to what he say. Spacebar.
I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago, for whom none of us currently living are responsible, is a good idea. We've, tried to deal with our original sin of slavery by fighting a civil war.
Right.
We can't let that run by us right there. You want to say something on that thing first?
No, go.
Now
Good.
listen to this. He said, we tried to make up for our original sin by fighting a civil war. Newsflash, what do you call it? Esau, Idumea, Edom.
Right,
They didn't fight the civil war for black folk.
Nope.
Abraham Lincoln said if he could keep every Negro a slave and keep America together, he would do it.
Right.
But he knew he had to free the slaves just so the Union would be weakened so he can win the war. He wasn't fighting it on behalf of us. He didn't care nothing. Yeah, Lincoln. He didn't care nothing for us Negroes.
Of course not.
He didn't care. It wasn't on behalf of us.
Right.
That's that speaking lies part right there. Remember when they come out, speaking lies off rip.
Yeah.
Speaking lies for their agenda.
We fought the Civil War.
Right,
for
right.
Negroes.
For
Try to make
agenda.
up for our
original
sin for slavery. We fought
Now
the
you
Civil
see
War.
that type of BS will work on a sleep Negro out here, a sleep woman, and they'll look at it like, oh, you know what? You're right. Abraham Lincoln did write the Emancipation Proclamation and freed us slaves.
It's the same people that believe God loves everybody.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the ones.
Crazy, man. Go back to that video. Run it back again.
tried to deal with we've tried to deal with our original sin of slavery by fighting a civil war, by passing landmark civil rights legislation.
Pause.
Go ahead, because I believe you caught what I just caught just now. Go ahead, bro.
When they talk about things that they passed, we have to remember there's something called the 13th Amendment. All right. The 13th Amendment allows for, if you especially so-called blacks and Hispanics, when you get arrested and you get put into prison, they can put you back basically into slavery.
That's what it is.
All over again.
You're going back to slavery.
You're going right back to slavery.
Right.
So there's nothing new. Well, they haven't changed any, or as he's put it, landmark legislation. There's no landmark legislation that ended slavery.
Hey, Officer Jude, I'm gonna tell you what they did. They took it from being overt,
right,
where everybody could see it,
right,
to being covert,
right,
to
exactly.
where slavery still exists. It's just behind bars.
It's just behind bars.
It's hidden behind bars.
It's just so that the international public eye doesn't see it for what it really is. Especially you so-called blacks and Hispanics. Because you are the ones that believe, if I vote for this guy, if I vote for a Mitch McConnell, if I vote for a Donald Trump, right? If I vote for them, maybe, just maybe, something will change. But think about it. Even before Barack Obama and even after him, what has changed about the situation for blacks and Hispanics in
realized
America?
that too. Negroes realized that we nothing changed in the 8 years that Obama was there,
right?
But a damn month.
I tell you what did change.
Right, a Pride Month.
I tell you what did change. The amount of blacks and Hispanics who were murdered by unarmed and murdered by police increased, if not twice or even 3 times as it usually was. It increased at a crazy phenomenal rate.
You're right. You're exactly
during
right.
his 8 years.
For the hate that they had for the head man up there trickled down to us on the streets.
Exactly.
Where it was quicker to pull the trigger. You're right. Bring it out.
Go back to the video. I just want to pull something out. Start from the top. Yeah, start from the top. Go ahead.
I don't think reparations for something that happened 150 years ago, for whom none of us currently living are responsible, is a good idea. We've tried to deal with our original sin of slavery by fighting a civil war, by passing.
All right, now stop. Now, why you gotta understand what Senator, what is it, Mitch McConnell? Mitch McConnell. He just separated himself from the sin of slavery, but then joined himself in the Civil War.
Right.
He said, I don't think that you should punish someone. That's not us. But we tried to make up for our sins by fighting the Civil War. You wasn't there.
Right.
So you separate yourself from the slavery aspect of it.
Right.
But then you try to come back into it and say, yes, I still tried for you with the civil right, with the Civil War.
Yeah, Civil War.
It's all BS.
Right. That's what Cap Severus was talking about, speaking lies.
Right.
Again, he goes into talking about landmark legislation where so-called blacks can vote. But you realize that every 25 years, you blacks and Hispanics, you have to go before Congress and ask them permission. Please, Master, can we vote?
Can we continue to vote? You're right.
Can we get those rights again?
If you was really citizens, that wouldn't even be
it would be a moot point.
It'd be a moot point. You're right. Finish that video out, man.
Legislation. We've elected an African-American president. I think we're always a work in progress in this country, but no one currently alive was responsible for that. And I don't think we should be trying to figure out how to compensate for it. First of all, it'd be pretty hard to figure out who to compensate. We've had waves of immigrants as well who've come to the country and experienced dramatic discrimination of one kind or another. So no, I don't think reparations.
Wow. Pause it, man. Pause it.
Wow.
See, this is why you can never trust your enemies. God says he just equated 400 years.
Break it out
of massive oppression,
genocide,
chattel slavery, Jim Crow, everything under the sun, redlining, Flint water being poisoned, racial profiling, police brutality, getting shot down, the prison system. He equated that to the Chinese being put into camps for 2 years. He equated that to the Irish people being mistreated by their big brother in the 40s and 50s and the early 20s and stuff.
Goodness gracious, man.
Dude, we've been, and not just only us, we count 400 years for us, our brothers, the Northern Kingdom. It's been almost 500, 600 years. Arms chopped off, noses chopped off, hung by the 13s, forced to go into gold mines for a piece of gold. Babies ripped out of their mother's stomach, thrown into pits with what you call them, pikes. They call them pikes. It's a long spear with a metal point on the end, fed to dogs. He just equated what we went through to them being mistreated in the early 20s, the Irish, the Chinese being put into camps for 2 years,
and
doing Hiroshima.
And Captain Gad, you had mentioned too, he makes it seem like, okay, they weren't a part of them. They weren't here during slavery. But everything that they have at this moment, now, is built off of the backs of the so-called blacks in slavery.
Let me get a script. This is what God says, Isaiah 14:21.
Bring it out.
This is what God says this, Isaiah 14:21. Because everything you see today, all the millionaires and the bankers, they all benefit from slavery.
Cap, the very government, the buildings that were built.
The White House.
The White House itself. All of those things are built by our forefathers and foremothers.
And look at this. And I like how he said it was 150 years ago. None of us was alive at that present moment to have anything to do with that, right? So you know, as long as you ain't working the fields, but if Jim Crow got a damn cross burning in your yard, don't consider that slavery.
Right, that's not slavery.
Jim Crow separate and unequal, that ain't slavery either. Don't worry about that.
That's basically what he's saying.
That's what he's saying.
So yeah, you just connect yourself from that incident, but then you go ahead and elect
all the glory
president.
Parts you want.
So that means you feel so bad you gave us a black president.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Gave us an African American president.
Man. It's been long enough. Give him one. He's light skinned. He speaks like us. Give him one, man.
Damn, that's crazy, man. They basically fooled the black community in America into making them believe that Barack Obama was something that they deserved.
Yeah,
bring it out.
When it was actually just a cover up for reparations.
Yeah.
You want reparations?
It came out.
Here you go.
It came
we gave
out.
you Barack Obama. And like you said, it's coming out now. Now Barack Obama done long and gone. Now they saying, what y'all niggas want reparations for?
Right. You
we
can't
gave
ask
you Barack.
Right. You can't ask for reparations. We gave you a black president.
Obama asked free phones and you sodomites. We gave you a month and nobody can speak against you.
Right.
What more do you want?
What more do you want? Why you still angry? You had a black president for 2 terms.
There you go.
Why are you angry?
Man, bring it.
Tell Esau's the devil. Read that.
Isaiah chapter 14 and verse 21.
That's why the Lord say this. Go ahead.
Prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers.
God says you may not have physically lynched a Negro, but your forefathers did. And you are your forefathers. You benefit from your forefathers. Even today, did you like we read the scripture, as soon as they be born, they go astray. They benefit from their forefathers. A 2-month-old baby, Edomite baby, is benefiting from his forefathers.
Let's believe it.
That's why the Lord say, prepare slaughter. It's a judgment for y'all.
You can't escape that. And that's what every good old Christian, white Christian in America wants to do. They want to separate themselves from the evil that they have done to God's people because they know God is about justice.
Yes, that's right.
Justice and judgment. Vengeance. It was on the video. Dr. Joy DeGroy, the post-traumatic slave syndrome. She brought up a quote. It was either Thomas Jefferson or somebody else, Andrew Jackson. It was one of those presidents. I don't know who it was, but he said, "My oh my, I cringe at the thought that God is black for what we've done."
That was Thomas. That was Thomas Jefferson.
He said, "I cringe at the thought that God is black for what we've done to these people." That's why they try to separate themselves from that, man. But then you can't do that because you can't change God's mind.
That's right.
The truth is gonna always be here.
Hey. Go to the next article. Right? He said none of us was alive. Right? Now look at this right here. This is the New York Times. Right? Now this is back in 2012, but I just want to. It's still relevant today because it's still happening today. But look at this. It says, for the 60th year, Germany honors duty to pay Holocaust victims. Right?
Wait a minute.
Check this out. This is how I want you to. This is we're gonna bring it together, right? Because their argument is none of you went through the actual slavery, so none of you all deserve the money, right? Okay, so maybe they went through the Holocaust victim thing, whatever you want to call it, for 4 years. Boo-hoo. Right. All right, they went through that, right? Did any of our ancestors get that 40 acres and a mule after slavery?
Hell no.
Did we get any land? Did we get any money at all? Right?
Hell no.
So if you didn't give it to my great-great-grandpa, you didn't give it to my great-grandpa, my great-great-grandpa, my great-great-great-great-grandpa, my great-great-great-grandma, my great-great-great-mama.
Who's the next in line to get it?
Who's the next in line to get that money you ain't never gave us? The land you ain't never gave us.
Bring it out.
It's me.
That's right.
I'm next in line.
That's right.
That's right.
No, they rather poison your water. You won't make it out to see the money.
But they come on. No, you know what? We're not. You wasn't there, so we gave you freedom. Right. We gave you freedom.
Right.
So you should be happy with Barack Obama.
Right.
I'm next in line for that. But you know what? Before we go to break, you know what? I just want to. I don't want your damn money.
Right.
I don't want it.
I don't want it.
I want the earth.
You know, it would be nice to have a little bit of money in my bank account. I can breathe a little, pay little bills. But God already told me I'm subject to payments.
Right.
Whatever money we get from them,
it's going to go right back
it's going to go right back to them. You know why? Because Negroes still celebrate Christmas.
Right.
Negroes still celebrate Thanksgiving. Negroes still like Cadillacs and rims.
About to celebrate 4th of July.
About to 4th of July.
Around the corner.
Black women like blonde hair.
Right. We just saw, I think we just saw on the news earlier, somebody done already blown their hand off with the fireworks already.
Already.
Hey,
go to
that's
second
Judah
Ezra.
right there.
I'm going to tell you. It might be legal.
That's
throw it all on Judah,
that's
man.
Judah flag day right there.
That's discrimination. That's tribal discrimination.
Hey, but you know what else, Cap, that says, though? That lets you know just how many millions of so-called African Americans that were killed during slavery.
Yeah.
It's too many of us for them to pay everybody.
That's what it is. Hey, and you know what? See, this is where our people are short-minded, but Esau thinks for the long term because he's the devil, right? He thinks his land's going to endure forever. He knows if he pay black folk, he know the casinos ain't enough
for
that
the
he
Northern
gave
Kingdom.
to Gad.
Bring it out.
He know if he give us something, he got to give Issachar something. Cause all of that Texas and all that before the Louisiana,
Arizona. I'm glad you said that, Cap. Because all they have to say is, you know what? We don't want your money. Give us our land back.
Give us our land back. Because that was more important than money.
Exactly.
The land.
Land. Yep. Hey, so but to go back to the point, I don't want it. I don't want your money because it's 2nd Ezra chapter 7, and I want to read verse. Let's read verse 10 and 11. Read 9 through 11.
2nd Ezra. 2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 9. If this city now were given unto a man for an inheritance, if he never shall pass the danger set before it, how shall he receive this inheritance? And I said, it is so, Lord. Then said he unto me, even so also is Israel's portion.
What's our portion? Read the next verse.
Because for their sakes I made the world.
I don't want your reparations.
Right.
It ain't even enough to amount to what God has given me.
Right.
You want to give me reparations? Leave the damn planet.
Right.
Hey,
Thanos snap.
Thanos
Bye-bye.
snap their ass.
but
evaporate.
But that's prophesied. That they're
That's
all
God
gonna be.
God gonna Thanos snap Esau's ass.
Right.
They gotta go.
That's why it's what the Most High has reserved for us is so precious and so important. It's so much abundant is that we need an eternity to enjoy it.
Yeah.
That's why it's so important. We
That's
have
heavy.
to get eternity to enjoy all that pleasure that He got set up for us.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's heavy right there, man.
That's heavy.
It takes eternity to
Not
really
just a
enjoy
lifetime.
Just a
everything.
scratch.
Out of these mortal bodies.
Our reparation to pay us back is gonna take eternity.
It's gonna take eternity.
We can't enjoy it in these mortal bodies, man.
Damn. Man, that's heavy, man.
That's heavy.
Bring it
man. That's heavy. Read verse 11 again. This is our reparations right here. Read verse 11.
Bring it
Verse
out.
11. Because for their sakes I made the world.
That is the black man, Hispanic man, Native Indian man, woman, and is reparations. When you get the world back, that is your reparations.
That's right.
Anything other than that is crumbs.
Right.
Crumbs, yep.
It's crumbs. The 40 acres and a mule is crumbs.
Crumbs.
I want cities.
Right.
That's right.
Christ said it. If you keep the commandments to the end, well done, my son. Take thou 5 cities.
Right.
What is 5 cities to 40 acres?
Right. Bring it
And
out.
a mule.
Bring it
What
out.
is that?
Bring it out.
It ain't no comparison.
Can't compare that.
But
Can't
when you
compare
don't know who you are satisfied with the crumbs of 40
Yeah.
acres and a mule.
Or a corner.
Or a corner, man.
Right. And they give you a black president?
And a black president.
Now I want an eternal king.
That's right.
That's right.
That's right.
Nobody
That's
can
right.
talk bad about him.
Right.
Any nation that whispers.
Whisper.
Bring it out.
Hey, you know what's crazy?
Whisper the
They had what? They straight ridiculed Obama when he was in office.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Man.
Remember during
years
Halloween?
straight.
Remember during Halloween that Edomite
Yeah, he
couple
dressed up at what?
they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
a doll hanging. From,
Yeah,
right.
They were sending him
Yeah,
emails
right.
with the lawn, whatever they call
Right.
it, the front lawn, whatever they call it at the White House.
Yeah.
It had a picture of watermelons all over the front lawn. It was an
Wow.
email. Do that to Christ.
Right.
Yeah.
Do that. Let Elam do that to Christ.
Right.
Let Fu Wong
Bring them hither. Slay them before me.
Oh, you thought
slay
that?
the whole village
you
for
thought that
thinking
right.
a
Right.
thought
I was
against
about
my
to say,
kingdom.
yeah. You thought that was funny? Bring the whole village out here.
Yep.
From
Just slay 'em.
oldest to youngest,
Right.
we
The
gonna
head
kill
on sticks.
all
The
of them.
youngest, we're going to grab against the
Right.
legs and smash them
smash
against
against
the
the
rocks.
rocks.
That's right.
And the rest of you, we're going to slay your head and hang it up against the sun in the east.
Hey, you know what's crazy,
Just
Cap?
to appease the Most High.
Because people might hear us like, man, these dudes are crazy. These dudes talking about some crazy stuff. But when you look at what's happening to our people, a judgment got to be passed
Got
on
to
them.
be.
When you talk about salvation, especially what we just saw with that family, that couple.
Yeah.
That's who needs saving.
Right.
That
Right.
those people need saving.
Hey, and you know what's crazy? Those police officers, they got what is it called? They got desk jobs.
Desk
right?
duty. Yep. You're exactly right.
And,
just
and you
got
know what's
desk job.
crazy? They would have got desk jobs even if they would have killed them.
Yep.
Exactly.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So
Oh,
that,
yeah.
I mean,
Cap-
what's the
Cap-
what's the
Cap-
difference?
Cap, they would have got paid
Paid
vacation.
leave.
Yeah, paid leave. So
Paid
what's the
leave.
difference? You kill a Negro, you get a desk job. You act like you're gonna kill a Negro, you get a desk job. Where's the justice at?
That's crazy. Man.
Who's fighting for us?
Hey, so you know what? Tell Mitch McConnell and the whole damn Congress and Senate and the House of Representatives, we don't want your reparations.
Keep your
Prepare
reparations.
slaughter.
We want the
want the
world
world.
and prepare
That's right.
slaughter.
We want,
slaughter.
we want your heads and our land back.
That's
we
right.
go.
So we're
That's
gonna
right.
take a break here, man. We're gonna watch an IUIC video. We're gonna be right back with the main topic of today. Don't go nowhere.
Woo.
You
Yeah.
watching
Yeah.
FCN,
And our land back.
where truth speaks.
telling you, it's crazy. It's like video after video after video. They just keep posting them with 0 views. Like we paying attention. You're not gonna get our attention. It's too much work to be done, and it's truth. That's right. But sometimes I do wonder sometimes, what if the bishops actually gave it to you? I know. What if they actually cared what they had to say? Man, check this out.
What if the bishops had listened to all the niggas and critics that couldn't be or even paid attention to silly women with issues whose missions to cause division and blur the vision of these men? Damn, people change when you're leaving them. It's kinda strange, you see your man's used to read for him. Now he acting different cause evolution done missed him, pretending to play the victim when really he wants to be friends. Damn. Is fame what they believing in? Thinking they can climb this ladder, thinking they can lead again. Continue, stay stagnant, ain't active, can't even be a man. Where women are your sole providers, we the ones you preach against. Yeah, okay, we the ones you speak against. Jealous of this exponential, we the ones that's leading this. And we ain't gonna stop cause you poppin', man, we believe in this. You think we gon' quit cause you pissed?
If I care what they was talking about, what would it be right now? If I care what they was talking about, would it be right now? If I care what they was talking about, would it be right now? If I care what they was talking about, would it be right now?
All you haters and emulators, just listen and pay attention to the wisdom that's given. See the things that was written aforetime was written for our learning, discerning how we should walk on this straight line. What if the prophets never paid attention? Or Elijah never got the chance to listen? What if Peter and Paul didn't risk it all? See, with that understanding, we wouldn't have this word at all. No. See, you blinded by deceit for the lies that you teach. The reward that you reap is coming. Stop fronting and stunting because destruction is the only thing you'll get for the company you keep. Woo! And I ain't talking about man, I'm talking about them demons from within. See, if you were spiritual, you wouldn't think twice. But you just like them niggas that tried to stop Christ. Woo!
If I care what they was talking about, would it be right now? If I care what they was talking about, would it be right now? If I care what they was talking about, would it be right now? If I care what they was talking about, would it be right now?
Hey, shalom, shalom, Israel. You are tuning into IUICradio.com, and we got Deke in the booth. Hey, shalom, Deke, how you doing?
Shalom, bro. Most ain't Christ bless.
Hey, the whole world is talking, the good and the bad, and it's a lot of rumors. I do mean a lot. Hey, Deke, let the world know. How you gonna address this right here?
And them IUIC cats,
Hear that?
that's the most disgusting
That's
nonsense I've ever heard in my life.
IUIC exposed the
He say, she say.
Well,
don't care what the world say. Nah, still hating.
Why are you hijacking
Hit the replay. Yeah.
Nathaniel, is that a
Make moves in relay. Still growing, enduring. Not a speed chase.
And
Finna make the world quake.
So-called progress.
No joking, we focus. That's the King's way. Christ coming back with a vengeance. Waste your time and you simping. When they say a nigga barking, I don't listen. I ain't into giving him too much attention. AI minds me and my business. Tried that and are you wicked? Yeah, I'm into bringing him into repentance. See, a soldier God is about his mission. A man gon' listen, is trying to make a difference. Hey, IUIC gon' get there. Hating when you really want a membership. See this kid that may coming through no division. The leader got a vision, but the blind can't see shit. Better check that issue before you leave here. Trying to get a mention when he get here. You can miss us with the madness, we gon' be here, we here.
Because I know out of anybody that's out here doing whatever they're doing, this is the real thing right here. And I believe that.
city, whoa. Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it goes.
Revelation 14:12 on our backs. That's that war cry and it's wartime in fact. Lines upon precepts, you know the crash. We stay on track while some of y'all known to crash. Pedal to the metal, foot be on the gas. That's making haste, you Terry, then you talking trash. Feeling like Daniel with Orlando Camp. That's that Lions Den, Mac could be the frying pan. Cotton picking never happened, you a liar, fam. With his shows and they invaders like Uncle Sam. How can you say real talk when your God ain't real? We the Israelites and one day you gon' bow on Neil.
Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa. Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa. Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it goes.
Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa. Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa. Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it goes.
Ride through the city, teaching, show no pity. Spirit of my fathers, teaching scriptures till they kill me. They call for martial law, but this ain't no teching, homie. Building in this truth, moving like it's Tetris, homie. Ride through the city, ride through the city. If you an Israelite, then you should be riding with me. It's 144, get up on the mission, homie. And the third part, waiting on repentance, homie. Say who the next up, if your people, they come step up. You need milk before the meat, you expecting beef with some ketchup. These prophets on the move, with nothing to lose. The old man, I hung them up, left them swinging off a noose. Ooh.
Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa. Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa. Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa.
We be pulling scriptures, you know how it goes.
Ride through the city, ride through the city, whoa. Ride through the city, ride through the city.
Of this. Where we at, man? Where we at? Let me hear it.
Check.
Can y'all
1,
hear?
2. There we go.
Still no sound. All right, come on. Work with it. Where we at? I just gave you a shout out. All right, we good. All right, so welcome back to FCN, where truth speaks.
That's right.
Once again, to my right is
Captain Gad.
To my left,
Captain Severus.
To my far left,
Officer Judah.
And to my far right,
Soldier Lyell.
All praises. We got Officer Azaniah on the ones and twos back there playing those hits from Deacon Abiel.
That's right.
And from Truly Yours, IUIC Miami, riding through the city. That video got over 100,000 views.
Oh, crazy.
It's when we make good music, man.
That's real.
You know, they just trying to black market us. That's it. They don't want people to hear that truth music. They might repent.
That's right.
So, all right, let's get to it. We're going to get to the main topic today. Now, Israel, like I said, I opened up, man. It is worse than we thought.
Yeah.
It is worse than we thought. We don't concern ourselves with the affairs of this world, so we don't truly know what's going on until we actually look into it. But the pride of Sodom is at an all-time high right now, man.
Bring it up.
It is at an all-time high.
Bring it up.
Now, before we get into this, I want to introduce you to like where this stuff came from. It ain't like it just dropped on the scene in our lifetime. It has been building over the ages, right? So go to that Library of Congress article, and I just want to show you where this stuff stemmed from, where they've got Pride Month, right? Where Pride Month, which is June, the month we in now, where it came from. Let us read that article. Library of Congress. Go ahead. Scroll
Library
down.
of Congress.
There you go.
Lesbian, gay.
Turn his mic up some.
Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, and queer.
Come on, man. You know that damn word.
LGBTQ Pride Month is currently celebrated each year in the month of June to honor the 1969 Stonewall Uprising in Manhattan.
Read on. So that's where it come from. Go ahead.
The Stonewall Uprising was a tipping point for the gay liberation movement in the United States.
You see when that stuff happened too, right? In 1969, right? Same time that black folks was trying to get the right to vote, right? Go ahead.
In the United States, the last Sunday in June was initially celebrated as Gay Pride Day, but the actual day was flexible. In major cities across the nation, the day soon grew.
Hey, that's an oxymoron, ain't it? The day was flexible. It went both ways. It went any day.
Oh snap!
That's an oxymoron right there. Go ahead.
In major cities across the nation, the day soon grew to encompass a month-long series of events.
Okay, so I sit on that. I just wanted you to know where it come from, right? The Stonewall Uprising back in 1969 is how they've got a whole month dedicated to them, right? Started out as a day. Now it has grown strong. An ungodly custom, right? So looking at this right here, doing some research. Read that for him.
In United States.
Turn our eyes up.
Estimate of LGBT population rises to 4.5%.
So it's growing, right? It's more and more. They used to say it was like 1% of the nation was homosexual, bisexual, right? Now it's risen to 4.5%. Let's do some little research. Let's see who has increased the percentage
Bring it out.
of sodomy
Bring it
here
out.
in America. Read that. The highlights right there.
Story highlights. Rise in LGBT identification, mostly among millennials.
Millennials.
Young people.
That's your 20s and 30s and early 40-year-olds.
Right.
You millennials. Right? You know, because this wasn't a thing. You know, back in our pops and mothers' times, that stuff wasn't heard of. That stuff was kept in the closet.
Right.
Nope.
Now it's out the closet, and the percentage has risen because of millennials. Internet. Go ahead.
LGBT identification is lower among older generations.
That's what I was saying. Our parents didn't mess around with that stuff. They ain't do all that. Go ahead.
That's how the millennials got here.
Yeah, right. Right.
With some Judite music.
Go ahead. Yeah. With some Teddy P in the background. Turn off the lights. Go ahead, let that play.
5.1% of women identify as LGBT.
So you see why, you know, this is why, the Lord that's why the rules ain't the same in the Bible for men and women. Right. Women are more easily swayed and go by emotions and feel this way. I wasn't feeling it. You know what? Today I feel like munching on carpet.
Oh.
Hey! For the rest of my life. 5.1% of women identify as LGBT. Go back, man. What are you doing? Come on. Compared to what? What is it with man?
Compared with 3.9% of men.
All right, go to the article. Hold on. Go. Let me make sure. Go up some. Okay, scroll down. I want to get straight to the point. 18 years, 11 million adults. Scroll down. Let's see. Generation. No. Go up. Millennials, 1980, 1999. Scroll down. I think I want to see that chart right there. There we go. Okay, let's see. Scroll down. And it increases up slightly. Scroll down some more. It might be another. Let me see.
There's race.
Race. All right, there we
Slow
go.
down some more.
Race. There we go. Race. Let's see who has increased to the percentage of LGBTQ people in America. Read those statistics from 2012 up to 2017 between whites and Asians. Go across the board.
So we have white. 2012, only 3.2%. To 3.3 to 3.4 to 3.5 to 3.6 to 4%. The black community, 4.4 in 2012. 4% in 2013.
It dropped off. Some people's like, you know what? This ain't for me. Go ahead.
4.6 in 2014.
And then some people like, you know what? I'm going back to it. Go ahead.
4.5 in 2015. 4.6 in 2016.
And what in 2000?
5% in 2017.
And now it's increased in 2017 and it on up till now in 2019 and increased in the black community. What about our brothers and sisters in the Hispanic community?
Hispanic community in 2012.
Yeah, I ain't gonna like Northern Kingdom's numbers. If you Northern Kingdom watching this, you ain't gonna like these. Read that.
In 2012, 4.3%.
Okay.
In 2013, 4.7%.
So we see it jumped, right? It didn't go down like it didn't go down like Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. It kept rising, right? It was consistent.
Right.
Go ahead.
2014, 4.9%.
It went up some more.
2015, 5.1%.
Oh, they got a little bit more, mommy. Go ahead.
2016, 5.4%.
Oh, it jumped even more, Northern Kingdom. Go ahead.
2017, 6.1%.
Dang, Northern Kingdom, man.
Speakity Spanny.
Leading all other numbers, all other races and genders.
It increased due to Judah, Benjamin. It increased because of blacks and Hispanics of why the LGBTQ percentage of population in America has increased because of blacks and Hispanics, man.
Right.
Because of our sin. And you know how it is. You know what God says in the Bible, man? When Israel get hold of sin, we do worse than the heathen.
Yep.
And that's the proof.
That's the proof.
And you know how they take these polls? There's no way they can go door by door asking who's homosexual, who's not. They take it from the STD rate, from the AIDS rate, from the clinics, from the clinics. They go to the clinics, and they take the percentage from the clinics, from the AIDS, the HIV, the diseases, and that's how they formulate that ratio right there.
Yep, you're exactly right. Give me that next article up there. Right. So now why is it such an increase? You might think, because they men sleeping with men, women sleeping with women. That might be the initial thought, right? But what Esau has done, right, to make the sin so much more comfortable and appealing to the millennials and Generation X, he has given them multitudes of terms they can identify as and not be considered quote unquote lesbian or sodomite, right? And look at the terms. Look at this. This is why I said it is worse than what we thought. It used to be, back in the day when this stuff was uprising, coming out the closet. Oh, I'm bisexual or I'm gay. That was the terms for it, right? Now they have terms like gender non-conforming, non-binary, gender non-binary, gender fluid, all kind of stuff, man. Wow. Now, so let's see what gender non-conforming is. And I want you wise men up here, and I want you wise brother and sisters on Facebook and YouTube, use the biblical words that God calls what this is.
Yeah, you're going to have to use
right?
biblical
Use
words,
the biblical terms. Don't use your own vernacular, get us shut down and stuff. Use the biblical terms of what this is. Read that for me. The
definition of gender non-conforming. Exhibiting behavioral, cultural, or psychological traits that do not correspond with the traits typically associated with one's sex.
Read on.
Having a gender expression that does not conform to gender norms.
Wise man sitting at this table with me. What is that called in the Bible when God says that a man is not conforming to the gender that God wants him to? He might not be all the way that way, but he has different expressions of himself, but he was born a man. 1 Corinthians 6. Let's show you. Let's show you what God don't call that gender non-conforming.
Nah.
You got direct.
Here's the title for it in the Bible: Gender non-conforming.
Straight to the point.
Read verse 9. 1 Corinthians 6 and 9.
1 Corinthians chapter 6 and verse 9.
Uh-huh.
Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of God? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate,
nor gender non-conforming.
Bring it out.
Read it again.
Nor effeminate,
nor non-binary.
Right.
Read it again.
Nor effeminate,
nor gender fluid.
Right.
That's what it. Watch. We go get
Gender
the video.
X.
Wait till you see it, man.
Wait
till you see it. God calls that effeminate.
Yeah.
Read on.
Nor abusers of themselves with mankind.
Straight out sodomites. Straight out lesbians. Read on.
Nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revelers, revilers, nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of God.
That's how serious it is. You might call yourself whatever you want to call yourself, but it's that serious that your salvation hangs on the balance of you conforming to the. Go back to the definition. I want you to show that definition. Look at that. Look at the bottom of it where it says psychological, exhibiting behavioral, cultural, psychological traits that do not correspond with the traits typically associated with one's sex, right? So it says cultural or psychological traits. Culture here in America says that you can be born a man, but you can identify as something else, right? But that's not what God says, right? Go to the next term. Now see, look at this. Look at this. They got non-binary gender. Right? We just came from a gender non-conforming. Now they got a non-binary gender or non-binary gender. Right? What? Read that. What does it mean?
Non-binary gender is an umbrella term to describe any gender identity that does not fit into the gender binary of male and female.
Read on.
Non-binary gender, also sometimes referred to as gender queer. People may, for example,
what the hell is that?
Identity as having no gender.
They go ahead, let it finish.
Fall on a gender spectrum somewhere between male and female.
And somewhere in the middle of that.
That makes no sense, man.
That's confusion.
Wow.
That makes no sense. Can I get a script?
Yeah, we'll pull it, man.
Get Sirach 15 and verse 11.
That's a splice.
Yeah. Right. A splice.
Hey, Esau always telling on themselves, man. They put it in their movies over and over until finally they make it into a law.
Yep.
Damn. Yeah, read that Sirach 15:11. Because like Cap brought out, now they're saying that you born that way.
Yeah.
Right. You are not born male or female. You are however you feel like you are. Once you can come to the understanding of choosing what you are.
You're a baby.
A baby. Oh, no. A X. Now they don't put male or female on the birth certificate. Right. Now they put an X. Yeah. Let's see what God says. Read Sirach 15:11.
Sirach chapter 15 and verse 11.
Read.
Say not thou, it is through the Lord that I fell away.
You can't blame the Lord for nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
You can't blame the Lord because you came out as a man loving men. That don't even make no sense.
Right.
You came out as a woman, but you don't classify yourself as a female.
Yeah, I'm somewhere in between.
Now they got a show. I don't know if y'all seen the show with the little white boy that turned to a female. Y'all know what I'm talking
about?
What is
No, it's a show about it's a little white boy. But they actually got him a sex change at like 9 years old.
Oh, wow.
And now the show is over, and guess who's part 2 about? Jake.
Oh, damn.
So now they got a young black boy on the show. Now they're gonna give him a sex change at the age of like 8 or 7 or something like that. It's crazy, man. Read on.
Missiles, Lord.
Say not thou, It is through the Lord that I fell away.
You can't say the Lord made you any type of way that he didn't mean to make you. Watch this.
For thou oughtest not to do the things that he hated.
Say don't do the things that he hate. And a man with a man, he hates that thing.
Yeah.
A woman with a woman, hell, you could be a woman with a man but you calling yourself a man.
Right.
God hates that thing right there.
Yep.
And you can't blame the Lord.
Go to the next article on there. Go to the next one. Go ahead.
Real quick, Cap. This is crazy. 8 and 9 years old getting sex changes. It's mind-boggling. What comes with all of that, though, is a plethora of drugs that they have to take in order for them to be able to stay
for the rest of their life.
It's
for the rest of their life.
Hormonal therapy is
Right.
what they call it.
Right. And we watched a video. I believe it was a bishop had did a class on this a while back, and showed a video about a woman speaking about how eventually the people who changed their sex
Oh yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
want to change back, and it's a lot more the younger ones who had early sex changes now realize, you know what, this is not something I want to do.
It was a psychologist that said that.
Right. It's not something I want to do for the rest of my life. That goes to show you God doesn't make mistakes.
Yeah. Right.
When the Most High created you, he gave you either a male genitalia or a female genitalia. Esau will put it out there that my genitalia does not
Make me who I am.
does not define me,
who I am.
define what gender I am. No, your genitalia does.
Yeah.
In fact, determine what you are as a gender.
Yeah, and you know what? And God got a foolproof plan. Because maybe he wanted to jack you up, punish you when he sent you back into the earth. He might have gave you both,
There
right?
you go.
He
Right.
might have gave you both.
Right.
But on
But
the inside,
You only got one.
You only have one set of organs.
Right.
you ain't got both.
And whatever procedures have to be done, the procedures are done so that the organs that you have on the inside are basically
they function with what's on the outside.
Exactly,
Yeah,
function with what's on the outside.
Hey, so basically, I'm telling you, the Lord is a genius. Your sexual organs match your spirit.
Yeah.
Oh,
Man.
If you got a male spirit, you gonna have male sexual organs.
Exactly.
Ain't no way hell you got a female spirit, but on the outside you got male sexual organs. That's confusion.
That's Esau. Remember that. That's his spirit. He's estranged from the womb.
Yeah.
He's a big bowl of confusion.
Yep.
And he wants to send that same spirit on rebellious Jake.
Yep.
That's exactly what you see now. Damn. That's
Hey,
crazy.
hold on. Let's go to the video. I think it's a video or another article after this, right? All right. I want you to watch this. So this says coming out. Look at the terms. Look at the terms down here. Coming out as non-binary, genderqueer, or gender non-conforming. Right. So that's why I said the percentage of that what it said gays and lesbians, I guess, or LGBTQ community has increased because they got all kind of names for it now.
Right. The name is actually longer than what it is.
Yeah, it is. You got non-binary, genderqueer, gender non-conforming, non-binary, gender non-binary, gender. We go right here, gender fluid.
And then you're giving it to a people that don't even know who they are in the first place.
Right.
So they're reaching for something
any
so they can
semblance
stand
of
out
identity.
different.
Yep.
They
Any
want to be
semblance of
different.
identity. That's crazy as hell.
Watch this. Play the video. We're gonna play up to a certain point. Stop it on the thing. Go ahead.
My name is Key Williams, and I identify as a queer transmasculine person.
And I identify as a gender nonconforming femme.
I identify as transgender non-binary or transgender non-conforming.
I identify as genderqueer, gender fluid, more specifically.
You're a dude. You're a man, a whole man with a beard.
Let it play, man. Let it play, man.
That's a splice.
Go ahead. Let it play, man.
I don't want to identify as a man or a woman. There's so many stigmas that come along with either being a woman or being a man and societal expectations, and I just want to be me.
It's a way for me to express myself knowing that there are no boundaries, knowing that I didn't identify as a woman, and now knowing that I didn't also have to therefore identify as a man and just kind of float wherever I wanted on the spectrum was a lot of freedom for me.
Hey, stop. Hey, you heard what you heard what it said? You heard what it said?
Yeah.
It wanted to move around in all spectrums, meaning all kinds of sin.
That means I want to be able to sleep with a woman, and I want to be able to sleep with a man.
No limits.
And nobody can judge
Even
me.
crossover into animalism.
Dogs.
Sleeping with animals.
Oh, man.
No spectrums. That's
And,
why. That's what they really want.
And the sister said, I'm a non-conforming femme, but I don't want to be labeled as a woman. Oh, man, because it's got so many different social stigmas in that. You know what? When the damn gunman come through the door, she ain't getting up. They expect
Hell
a
no.
man
When there's
to
a knock
get up.
at night, she ain't going to the door.
Take the trash out, you expect a man to do that.
Right.
Change the oil, you expect a man to do that. Get the tires changed, you expect a man to do that. You expect a man to do those things. You just don't want to somebody telling you, hey, you know, women have children and take care of babies. Oh no, don't box me in.
Right. She don't want nobody ruling over her. Like the scripture says, they don't want a man ruling over them.
Yep. So I don't conform to any of that. Right. Hey, I want to make sure you hear him. So run it back some to about 45 seconds. Run it back. Yeah, right there.
As a man and just kind of float wherever I wanted on the spectrum was a lot of freedom for me.
That feminine side of me that I'm probably not presenting at all hours of the day or nearly as much as the male side of me is just as important. It comes and goes, and that's why I kind of identify really as gender fluid, because I feel like sometimes I'm here, sometimes I'm there, sometimes I'm somewhere in between.
Does that happen when he shaves?
So for a lot of
He's got
people,
a mean beard, man.
There's not necessarily a huge aha moment of, oh, suddenly I realized that I'm non-conforming, this is it. It's more of, I finally figured out that there was a third option.
Pause!
My friend was telling me about.
Found out.
Where is it a third option?
I finally figured out there's a third option.
Go to Ecclesiastes, man. You know what I want, man. No, go to Genesis.
Yeah.
Go to
That's how I was
Genesis.
gonna go. Genesis chapter 2.
Yeah, let's go to it, man. I want to Genesis 1.
Genesis
and
1.
Yeah, and I want to read verse 27.
Bring it out.
Genesis chapter 1 and verse 27.
1 and verse 27. Genesis means the beginning, right? Read that.
So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him.
That was Adam.
Male and female created he.
No.
Wait a minute.
You read
Wait a
that
minute.
Wrong. You read that wrong. That's male and female and non-binary, gender fluid,
y'all.
gender queer, non-conforming, non-binary.
Now, this is the reason.
Your Bible don't say that?
No, my Bible don't say that. This is the reason. I'm glad you pointed that out, though, Cap. This is the very reason why you now have 8 Bibles. Oh, yeah.
Back the mic up, son. Yeah, there you go.
Well, this is the reason why you have different. Here you go. Yeah, this is the reason why now you have people coming out with new Bibles to promote inclusivity.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So now you can add the non-gender forming, the gender queer, non-bi, all that madness. You can add that because you never believed the Bible to be a true book in the first place, but to be a fantasy, to be a myth.
Right.
So now you can change it and interchange different things so that now you can do whatever the hell you want to.
Yeah. Read that verse 27 again, just so they know where God stands.
Verse
Read
27. So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
There is no third option.
That's right.
There's only male and female, and there's nothing
it out.
in between that. God is not the author of confusion.
Exactly.
There ain't nothing in between that. Go ahead.
You blacks and Hispanics continue let these white folks, Esau, the devil the Bible speaks of, continue to put in your head all kinds of madness and destruction for you, because that's exactly what's going to happen to them and you. for following after
Hey,
it.
go to Ecclesiastes 7:29. So there ain't no third option. You got male and female. There's nothing in between. Ain't no gray area in that. Right? God got a certain set of rules he got for man, how he wants you to conform to. He got a certain set of rules for women he want you to conform to. And ain't no in between in there, right? He wants you to raise your sons a certain way, raise your daughters a certain way, so they can fall into the conformity of the natural use of a man and a woman, right? But this is what happened, Ecclesiastes 7:29.
Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 29. Lo, this only have I found, that God hath made man upright.
So when Solomon was sitting there thinking of all his wisdom that he got from God, which could not be matched on the earth, he said, the only thing that I see in a man, God made him perfect.
Right. That's right.
God made him exactly how he's supposed to be because he's made in the
Image of God.
That's right.
But what happens in 2019? Read.
But they have sought out many inventions.
Boom. That's what that non-binary, non-conforming, gender fluid, gender queer, trans, non-whatever, blew my transmission. That is what they do. They have sought out many inventions. It's names.
Hey, you know what goes with this as well? There is no God.
That's exactly what this is.
Goes with it. Let me get a script. Psalms 14:1. This goes hand in hand with I don't believe in God.
Yeah. Because if
I'm
you
an atheist.
acknowledge, if you acknowledge God,
come on,
you have to acknowledge He only made
male and female.
There you go.
Read that 14:1.
Psalms chapter 14 and verse 1.
Watch this.
The fool have said in his heart, there is no God.
Watch this.
They are corrupt.
They are what?
They are corrupt.
They are gender fluids. Read on.
They have done abominable work.
That's why it's almost impossible for them to believe in a God, because they once they believe in a God, the one true God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, now they got to conform to the words of God. And they have done abominable acts, and they love freedom.
Cap, I'd even go as far as to say they have to now conform to reality.
Right.
Because reality makes it so that a woman every month, she has a menstrual cycle.
There we go. What you mean? They creating medication
To stop
it's not
it.
out to stop it. They doing that. It's already done.
Yep.
Remember, Esau's mind is deep. They think centuries ahead. So they got that set up already.
Right.
Where they'll stop the menstrual, all that. If they growing hair,
On
they
their
got
face,
women,
right.
Come on now. They gonna stop the
Cap.
menstrual.
They got it where they can change their sexual what's the word I'm looking for?
Identity.
Their sexual part to make it look like a male's penis.
Goodness gracious. I tell you, man. That's why
It's
they
the
can't
world.
stand us, man. The
Right,
Bible,
right.
cuts them. Real quick, I want to get a scripture.
Go ahead.
John 3:19, 19 and 20. Real quick.
John.
They don't like us because we constantly remind them of the light.
Yeah. And the difference between us and a lot of other people, we come straight out the Bible.
That's
Straight
right.
up.
That's right.
That's right.
John chapter 3 and verse 19. And this is the condemnation that light is come into the world.
Right.
And men love darkness rather than light.
You see that? Men love darkness to the point where they'll change their genders. They'll even change their preference. What's that? Non-conformant?
Yeah.
They'll do it to hide so they can continue.
Hide in the dark.
There you go. Read.
Because their deeds were evil. For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light.
They show it every time. Even with that claiming the rainbow and all that.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing.
Yep.
Read it again.
For everyone that doeth evil hateth the light. Neither cometh to the light, lest his deeds should be reproved.
That's why they'll claim to be atheists.
Yeah.
Because
Why they stay away from the book.
There you go.
Or it's written by man.
Oh,
or
yeah.
it's not factual. Or it was translated. Or get that thing away from
Right,
them.
right, right.
Because they know it's going to expose the darkness that's within them. And they got to change, right? Hey, so go back to the video. And I want to show you something. Now, look, I don't want her to play. Don't play it. But you see where she says, my friend was telling me about this show, Steven Universe.
Oh, man.
We're going to come back to that, right? It's a cartoon.
Yes,
We're going to
it
come
is.
back to that. Go to the next video. Go to the next video. Now, see, this is what Esau does.
Here's where your blood is going to start
This
to
is
boil.
what Esau does with their kids, and we follow right behind it. We'll sit there and let our kids meet a gender non-conforming person, right? And talk to them so they can make an impression on their mind,
Exactly.
and then they can grow up and be whoever they want to be.
Free as a little bird.
Play that. Listen to the gender
Or you play with this
non-conforming.
ball, and the boy chooses the ball. My theory is because early humans, like the men, as far as I'm concerned, hunted.
I mean, is there a reason why the men were the ones hunting?
Probably because they were stronger.
Hi, I'm Nanta.
Hi, Willow.
Willow, nice to meet you.
Hi, I'm Brianna.
Hey, Brianna, I'm Nanta. Nice to meet you. Yeah.
Okay, so can I start asking questions? Mom, you said think of some questions and be prepared. I'm prepared.
Do you know why we're here today?
Not really.
Not really. Okay.
I think it has something to do like gender non-binary or non-conforming.
Yeah, both. Yeah, so gender non-conforming and non-binary.
What's gender non-conforming?
Well, what do you think it is?
Something
Make a
about
guess.
gender, because I hear the word gender in it.
Do I look like a girl to you?
Yes.
Well, what if I told you that sometimes, though, I feel more like a boy?
That's okay.
So binary, boy and a girl. So non-binary, meaning
opposite.
Yeah, exactly. That's a bunch of crock, right? You can be one end, the other end, or
Check.
anywhere in
Listen to
between.
this. Anywhere in between.
But confusing.
Check. Pause it.
So
Wow.
let's really start getting.
Kids got common sense.
Even a kid like that's
He
confusing.
said, boy or girl, I'm anywhere in between. That's confusing. Kids understand that it's a boy, it's a girl, it's a male,
Right.
it's a female. What happens is in society, people got their gender non-conforming and fluid thoughts that ain't set in stone, and you push it on kids. Be who you want to be. You want to be a princess, you can be a princess. Be who you want to be.
Hey, Cap, you know the funny thing about that is, from their perspective, heterosexual men and women push their sexuality on them. That's how they see it. We're born like that.
Yeah.
I mean, just throw it out there. We're born male or female, so that's not really. We can't push that on anybody. They see you walking down the street with your wife, holding hands, hugging and kissing. Oh, you're pushing your sexuality on me.
Yeah.
But yet still, you have stuff like what we're about to see right now, which goes to the children. And it's directly aimed at our children.
Yeah.
Where the children will have already the common sense to see there's a difference between a male and a female.
Right.
But
now
what they do is they just plant that seed.
Exactly.
That
Yeah,
it could be
happening
more.
right here. That's what's
They
happening.
plant that seed and Satan grows that thing.
Yeah.
There you go.
Exactly.
That's why they got to come at that angle at children.
Yeah.
They got to
Right.
make it, friendly. Everybody sitting down. We joking, crack jokes, and then here comes Satan slipping in that seed.
This is how you always felt.
Yeah.
Right.
Right, because they're the most impressionable.
Yes.
It's the same
Right.
thing we saw with the numbers in terms of the female compared to the male who were in that community. There were more female as opposed to the male. Satan knows exactly what he's doing. He's gonna attack the women and the children because they're the most impressionable.
Yep.
They're the weaker vessel.
Hey, go back to the video and let it play a little bit. Yeah, let it play out some.
It's a bunch of crock, right? You can be one end, the other end, or anywhere in between.
Turn it up.
But confusing.
So let's really start getting into some questions. Do you wish you were raised not as a girl but just an anti?
Yes, totally. It would have been great to just be marked like X gender, not boy, not girl. Coming into my own skin later in life would have been a lot more easier. Did you always know you're a girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Has that ever changed or for you or?
No.
How did you know you were a girl?
I feel it in my body.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm a boy.
Oh, wait. Pause.
Boy.
Pause.
Really a boy.
Cap, you mentioned that before. Captain Gad, you said that when you're born a female, your spirit is a female. That's basically what that little child just said.
Yeah. I feel it in my body.
Feel it in my body.
Yep.
That's exactly what she was talking about. Go ahead.
Let it play.
I think he's a girl.
Oh, so people think you're a girl.
I've been called a girl, I think 309 times now.
See, Saul for
and
you.
I like my hair.
Look at this.
How it is.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
What makes a boy a boy?
An X and a Y chromosome.
Damn.
Oh, so like, is there anything to name, like on the outside of somebody that makes them a boy?
Watch the
Like,
girl.
Genitalia.
Yeah.
Pause it.
That's all.
He got something out there.
Genitalia.
Common sense.
These are children.
Yeah.
These are children have more sense than grown-ups.
Yeah. Hey, go to that next video because you heard the girl in the last video. She mentioned Steven Universe, right?
Right.
I want you to let the clip. Is this the clip in the video? Let it play. Let that play. Yeah, it's a cartoon on Cartoon Network.
Yes.
Let that play. Remember, gendered, non-binary, non-conforming stuff, right? Let's let it play. Yeah, let it load. Let's see.
There you go.
There we go.
Steven and the Crystal Gems are headed to
Blow it up.
a planet of gems ruled by the Diamond Authority. All other gems are made to serve them.
They were life forms only meant to fit their mold.
Certain gems are made to be soldiers,
Look at all the women.
scientists, to build, to guard.
And gems never hear they can be anything other than what they are.
And gems who don't fit their purpose exactly,
It could be anything.
they have to stay hidden away to survive. To create more perfect gems, the Diamonds expanded their rule to colonies like Earth. But Pink Diamond saw there was life on her colony.
We're not creating life from nothing. We're taking life and leaving nothing behind.
She became Rose Quartz and formed the Crystal Gems to protect the Earth.
It was an impossible fight, but we fought anyway.
They wanted life on Earth to be different than life on Homeworld.
The Earth is a place where we can be ourselves.
The Crystal
You hear
Gems
it?
stand for everything that Homeworld doesn't.
Pause it real quick. See, on Homeworld, girls had to be girls. Boys had to be boys. But here on Earth, you can be whatever you want to be.
Yep. Babylon the Great.
You hear it? This is Cartoon Network, right? Keep letting it play.
World are treated like objects.
I'm only here because I'm bringing your things, and they consider me one of your things.
Yeesh. But Pearl is defiant and fights for what she believes is right.
I do it for me!
Amethyst loves being free and having fun.
Feminism.
Do you always use shape-shifting like this?
You mean to be really cool?
Pretty much.
Which Homeworld frowns upon.
What is fun?
Gems that fuse for love aren't allowed on Homeworld either. The
Fuse
Diamonds will
for
never
love?
understand a powerful, amazing fusion like Garnet.
Garnet? Does that call herself a Garnet?
And Steven has a kind heart that wants to help everyone.
It's centipedal.
Watch this.
If I can help any of them, I want to help her first.
Like all the corrupted gems still suffering on Earth.
No, please, no, we're all gonna be.
Now that Blue and Yellow Diamond know the truth about Pink,
I need you to know who I am!
this could be Steven's only chance to heal them.
We can only do so much.
If it was the four of us.
Oh no, we can't let her see this.
If Steven could just talk to White Diamond and make her understand.
Good luck.
But will the Diamonds really listen?
I don't think she understands that I'm not Pink Diamond.
Can the Crystal Gems play by Homeworld's rules?
Look at his
Everyone
clothing.
stays where they belong.
Can Steven handle the pressure of living up to Pink Diamond?
I know I can do this. Just watch.
Steven Universe, Diamond Days.
Wait a minute.
Go back a little bit.
wait,
Look at his
wait.
clothes. Look at his
No, I can do
superhero.
this.
Pause it. Look at that.
So his superhero.
He became the pink.
He's Pink Diamond.
His superhero, what is it called? Character.
Yeah.
Is a woman.
Yeah, he's Pink Diamond. He can be whoever he wants to be, and he's trying to help those back on home planet that have to be how quote unquote like God made them, man being man, women being women, and staying into where how God created the role He wants you to have. He's on Earth trying to free them from all of that, and his name is Pink Diamond, and I am gonna be who I want to be. And you see his outfit. See those and the key words that they was using throughout the whole trailer are symbols or key phrases that kids will pick up on as they watch it. I can be who I want to be.
Right, there you go.
I can be
that's
like
the point.
her, and that's a cartoon, right? Now look at this. Look at this. We talk about kids, right? Cartoon Network. We want to wish everyone a happy Pride and encourage all of our LGBTQ plus fans to stand proud all year long. Scroll down. Powerpuff.
Damn.
There you go.
They corrupted the Powerpuff Girls.
They got Powerpuff representing Pride. That's June 2nd, 2019.
And that's a lot of young girls' favorite.
A lot of us grew up watching Powerpuff Girls.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. So you see where they starting at, right? Making impressions on your kids is why your kid grow up like, I've always felt this way. It's because you've been watching Pride cartoons every 6 months of the year, feeling that way, right? Go to the next one. Now here we go. It gets even better. Disney debuts first boy princess. Now you was talking about the show. They actually got a cartoon, a boy princess with chest hair to teach a powerful lesson about gender bias in the progressive cartoon Star versus the forces of evil. Read the bullet points right there.
In a recent episode of Disney X Channel animated series, the character Marco Diaz transforms himself into Princess Marco Turdina.
Now, what's his name?
Turdina.
Marco
Diaz.
Northern Kingdom picking
So it ain't just remember the increase of LGBTQ was between blacks and Hispanics. They ain't leaving Northern Kingdom out of that. They targeting you too.
Yep.
Marcus Diaz is the boy princess. That's
Marco
why you see
Turnida.
the increase, the percentage increasing year by year when it comes to Northern Kingdom. They're going right after you too.
The highest.
The highest. Read the next bullet point.
Before Marco is able to confess that he is pretending to be a princess, the evil headmistress, Miss Heinous, outs him as a boy by exposing his chest hair.
Next point.
However, the other princesses insist that the boy can still be a princess.
Man.
Other kids encourage him. Encourage Marco.
It wasn't only, it was women.
Yeah. The other little girls encourage him.
Hey, but look though, who's the villain?
Miss Heinous.
Why is she the villain? Because she outs him as a boy. She's the villain. The evil head mistress outs him as a boy. So she's the evil one. Oh, man.
Esau's the devil, man. Hey, scroll down some. I'm going to show you some of the quotes. Hold on. Let me see. Go down to the picture. Look at that. That's Marco Diaz, Northern Kingdom, right? So they going after Northern Kingdom too. Scroll down. Boom, his chest hair pops out, right? Right? Go down. Close up on the chest hair. Now hold on. Go back up. This is the part I want. Go back to that. Scroll down. Right here. Watch this. Let me see. Read that all them paragraphs right there. Read those sentences.
Turdina isn't a princess. She's a boy, Miss Heinous tells the audience. But the headmistress revelation doesn't affect the princess's favorable views of Turdina.
All the little girls, go ahead.
That doesn't prove anything. Princesses can be hairy.
This is what the little girls shout out. Go ahead.
One princess in the crowd responds, while a hairy princess adds, "Yeah, we believe in you, Turdina."
They encouraging it. Yeah. Go ahead.
Overwhelmed with guilt, Marco admits that he has been lying to them and removes his gown to show that he is indeed a boy. Miss Hanius argues that Marco's lie is proof that she needs to be running St. Olga's. However, the other princesses refuse to see gender as a factor in deciding who can be a princess.
The other princesses. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter anymore.
It doesn't matter. Even though you're a boy, you can still be a princess like us.
And every little girl wants to be a princess.
Yep.
Right.
That's why they saying princesses, because every little girl wants to be a princess, and in their mind, they're gonna feel like, well, I shouldn't be mad at my brother if he wants to be a princess.
That's how they inject that thought.
If I could be a princess, my brother could be a princess.
Come play Barbies with me. Come on, play house with me. That's Disney XD, and that was what 2-3 years ago, right? Go to the next one. Let's go to the next article. Let's see what we got. All right, now I got this on Facebook. This is a brother. He was sitting down watching the cartoons, right? And let's see. I told you, look, they don't. When it comes to Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom, they don't exclude us when they trying to destroy us. They destroying all of us. Let that play.
Just making sure I ain't tripping.
It got some cussing in it.
These white babies, mama and daddy, giving the baby a bath. It's on the baby channel now. Here go the black baby.
That's Southern Kingdom.
What the fuck is this?
He got two daddies.
What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Dang.
This is the shit they teaching our kids. Why the fuck is it two men bathing these motherfucking babies?
And now here come Northern Kingdom.
Come on now.
Two mamas. Wow.
Come on now.
Hey, pause it real quick. Hey, the reason why I brought this out is because a lot of times I will see parents give their kids an iPad or their phone and turn it on baby cartoons just to keep them zoned out, occupied, sitting down while they do something. And babies know how to use these cell phones now.
Yes, they do.
So once that video's over, they'll scroll right up on the side and click on whatever catches their eye, and they can catch that right there.
Garbage. Yep.
And Satan only needs a little bit of an opening to slither in. And what he'll do is he'll slither in and he'll sit right there on that shoulder forever. 10, 15, 20 years. And then they get to thinking, ooh, why do I feel this way? You've always felt that way.
There you go. You get activated.
Just like that. He slithered in through a little cartoon like that 15 years ago.
Right.
Let it play out.
Oh, for the black parents, you know. Come on.
Two mamas for Northern Kingdom.
Now this is the kicker.
Moab, just a daddy.
Moab got one daddy. That's it. Not two daddies. Not two mamas.
He's a single father raising his daughter.
There you go.
So with
look how serious Moab father looked.
Yeah. So with Esau, they have a mother, father, a well-rounded family like God intended. Moab, the Asians, they got just a father. Maybe something happened to the mother. Right? Maybe something happened to the mother. But for blacks and Hispanics, we're going to give you a warped vision of what a family looks like.
Right.
So we can continue to destroy you slowly and generationally.
That's right.
They setting up for generations to come. This is what they doing. That's why they starting with the kids. Let's play this next video. This is Arthur. Who all used to watch Arthur? We used to watch Arthur.
I used to watch him.
We used to watch him.
Every morning, every
man.
Hey, read the title of that. Read the title of it up top. What it say?
Say what? Arthur's character, Mr. Ratburn, comes out as gay in season premiere.
Now let this play. And listen, this is on ET, right? This is ET where they broke this. ET Canada. Listen to the commentary, but watch the cartoon too. Let it play.
Arthur had its 22nd season premiere yesterday, and viewers got a surprise. The kids found out that their teacher, Mr. Ratburn, was getting married, but they didn't know who he was marrying.
Yeah, after they spotted him with a woman named Patty, who wasn't very nice, they vowed to stop the wedding. Then they found out his real partner, it was a man. The show featured a same-sex wedding.
Go on. You can say anything you like.
We think this tent looks beautiful.
Thank you. But nothing is too good for my baby brother, Nige. Now, Rodentia, don't be jealous. I'll officiate at your wedding, too.
Right, she's the man.
That's the man, but it's really a
But if Patty's his sister, then who is Mr. Ratburn marrying?
This is the best cake I've ever had.
I wonder how many times Patty sent it back.
Who cares? It was worth it. Mr. Ratburn is married. I still can't believe it. Yep, it's a brand new world.
Wow.
But there's one thing that teachers should never, ever do.
What?
Then they got him dancing, having a good time.
Not even that. You heard what? This is a brand new world.
And this is a kid. Hold on, pause it. And this is a kid show.
This is a kid show.
And that's a heavy point because when we grew up watching Arthur, that wasn't on there.
That was.
This is the new generation of Arthur. Yep. This is a brand new world. Wow. Now this stuff is okay now. Right. Mr. What's his name?
Hepburn.
Mr. Ratburn. Mr. Ratburn can now marry a man. Why? Because it's a brand new world now. It's okay to be a homosexual in America.
Yep.
And that's not even normal children conversation.
Nah.
You see how they forwarded right to the cutting of the cake.
Right.
Because they knew real kids would have been like, what the hell is going on?
What is this?
Thank you. The same way them kids was like, it's interesting, but confusing.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The same way the little boy was like, well, how do you know you're a boy? XY chromosome, my genitalia.
Right. That's how you know Esau is orchestrating this. The writers had to take time.
Yeah.
Right. What are we gonna write here? This part right here.
They are
what
working.
should be their reaction?
They working on your children, man. They're working on them. Let the video play out.
Nelson says, what about time? Angelina says, cool, I'm all for the LGBT crowd. Beth says, I think it is timely. So I watched this morning, and I thought it was going to be a little bit more of a moment. Like, it's very quick. Like, that's all it is. So do you think it almost like, oh, that's it?
Yeah,
Like,
but here's the thing with kids.
Look.
Here's the thing with kids. When
Look
you
what she said.
explain things to kids, sometimes over-explaining is just too much.
Right.
When you're having conversations about gender, when you're having conversations about even like sex or whatever you're talking about, what I've found in everything that I've read is you give the information and then you wait for the questions.
Pause
so
it.
this gives
Pause
the information and
See, this is what Esau knows.
Yes.
That's why you don't see a whole show of it. They giving glances of it.
Little doses.
Little doses
Yep.
of the imagery implanting and sticking to
Right.
your child's
Planting the
mind.
seed, yep.
Man, I'm telling you.
And it's all it takes for them to be like, I like that. This is how I feel. I'm going that way. I'm going to be non-binary, non-gender conforming. All it takes is a quick flash. That's why commercials are only 10, 15 seconds long.
Exactly.
What they do is it's a short commercial, but they keep flashing it in
There
front of
you
your
go.
face.
Right,
That's
right.
why with a song, you be like, man, that song is trash the first time you hear it.
But you keep listening.
You keep
to
on
it.
listening.
Over
to
and
it.
Not
over.
even that you keep listening to it, they keep playing it over and over and
until
over.
you get to the point like, man, it's all right.
You bump
That's
your
all
head.
right. Yeah, that song's all right, man. I'm kind of feeling that now. That's the same thing they doing
Hey,
with the
and let me get a
kids.
script real quick. 1 Corinthians 15, 33. Is exactly what Cap going into right now. They throw that little bitty 10-second clip in there and move on. And then what they say, they wait for the question.
Right.
Meaning that seed is planted and is sprouting into questions. Now the kid is questioning their own sexuality. Now they're questioning, well, how come mommy and daddy is okay with this and Arthur is not? Now you got millions of questions. Read that.
1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33.
Uh-huh.
Be not deceived.
Don't be fooled, man. Do not be fooled. Read on.
Evil communications corrupt good manners.
Evil communication is Arthur right there. What we just saw, that little 5-second clip, that's evil communications. And we may say, well, it's only a 5-second clip.
Right.
That's why God say, be not deceived. Evil communication corrupt good manners.
That's why Esau spends millions in advertising.
Yes.
Was it the Super Bowl? How much is the commercial cost?
It starts at $1 million and
minimum.
up.
Yep.
That's a minimum.
Just for those time slots.
Yep. 5-10 second
That's
$1 million and up.
Because they know the importance
of advertising.
advertising.
Go to Sirach chapter 32 verse 22. This is for you parents with kids, warning you with these cartoons. You can't just sit these kids down and give them a laptop and let them be at their own leisure. We can't do that no more. And that ain't a part of being a aged woman in this truth or a good Israelite mother. Just leaving them to themselves. That was when you was ostriches. No, not no more. Read that, Sirach 32:22.
Sirach chapter 32 and verse 22.
Uh-huh.
And beware of thine own children.
God says you can't leave your kids to their own demise.
Right.
You got to beware of them, what they watching, what they listening to, what they looking at on the internet, what videos is in this history. If you give them a phone, who they calling, who they text messaging. All of that stuff. You got to be mindful of your own children. Beware because they are impressionable.
Right.
And it is sin all around them that can easily beset them, like it says in Hebrew.
Ain't no such thing as your kids having their own space.
No.
Ain't no such thing as your kids having anything of their
privacy.
own. Right.
None of that.
Ain't no such thing. That's what Esau says. That's what America says to do. Oh, show them how they can be independent. They can think for themselves.
Right.
No, they can't. Right. They cannot.
Yep.
And look how they started off. They started off with not disciplining your kids. Esau slowly introduced this.
Yeah.
They started off, no, don't hit them. Put them on timeout.
Yep.
Talk to them. Give them a good talking to.
Yeah.
And now next thing
if
you know,
discipline
let them grow.
your child, he comes to school and report you, CPS will be at your house.
Right.
They told the kids that, and the kids used it against the parents, and the parents backed off, and now they are everything under the sun.
Right.
Increasing the LGBTQ percentage.
The next thing is pedophilia.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Right.
We're going to get it next week. We're going to get it next week. I knew we weren't going to get through this. We got to have a part 2 of this. Part 2 is coming next week, Israel. Right. Now, this week we dealt with the kids, right? Right. Next week, if Lord spare our life, we're going to have a double up. We're going to double up. We usually go every other week. This is so heavy. We going next week before the month is over on the 30th. Was it? It's the 30th? Yeah. June 30th. Oh, man. Hey, play this before we go, though. We got to play this.
Oh, yeah. Because
bear with me, Israel.
When is it dropping?
It's coming out this weekend.
It's coming out this weekend. So parents, pay attention what we about to bring out right now.
Yeah. We still live.
Watch this.
We still live. Play this, and I want you to see what they got in Toy Story. Remember what that lady on ET said. She said, only needs a flash.
That's it.
Don't over-explain it. The guy said it was quick. I thought it would be longer. It was very quick. That's all it takes is that little bitty advertisement, that little bitty glance into sin to open up the evil spiritual world that awaits our kids. Show them what Toy Story did.
Oh, man.
Hey guys, what's up? Josh Fierstein here. So I'm at the movies, brought my kids to watch a movie, and I see this Toy Story advertisement right out here. I want to show you something scary that's being propagated upon our kids by Disney. Check this out. There's a new character known as Sporky.
Now stop. Pause it. Now, Sporky. That is the combination of a fork and a spoon in one.
Yep.
What do you think that's talking about?
See?
A male and a female into one.
You called it.
Sporky.
Spork.
Spliced. Right there.
Spliced. It's in between. It's anywhere in between.
In between.
Like
Non-conforming.
that non-conforming thing.
Yeah.
It said anywhere in between, right?
That's evil, man. To think,
Hey.
to think that deep, that's evil.
I said it's well thought out. It's well planned to destroy the next generation, right? Let it play.
Show you why this is a transgender character. It's not that it's a fork or a spoon, but it's a fork and a spoon together. And look at the little hidden symbol right down here on its
pause it. That's how you know. Look at that. They put a rainbow on his foot.
Not by accident, y'all.
Not by accident at all. And
play it out.
And check this out. Check this out. When did they choose to drop this movie?
Bring it out.
Pride Month.
Bring it
During
out.
Pride Month.
Oh, man.
Damn.
In June.
This stuff is crazy.
Pride Month. They dropped this video, this
Bring it
movie.
Hey, y'all, the devil is real, y'all.
We
Y'all
at
better
war,
tighten
y'all.
up.
We are
This
at
is
war.
spiritual
Tighten
war,
up,
man. This is crazy, man.
Can I get scripture before we?
Hold on. Let's play this out and then we put the script. Play that out. Let's play it out, man. What are you doing?
little rainbow pride. See that? Ladies and gentlemen, this is being propagated upon our kids. And I told you a long time ago, they sneak this stuff into kids' movies because they want to get their propaganda out there. So I'm going to ask you to share this. Let other parents know you got to boycott Toy Story. This is propaganda being snuck into little kids' movies. If you're frustrated with it as I am, take a moment, share the video, let parents know.
All right.
It's that kind of propaganda right there that's being put on our kids. God bless. Have a beautiful.
Little subtleties like that, man.
It's
that
only
would
going to get
destroy.
worse.
That
It's
would
only
destroy
gonna
you,
get
right?
worse.
You know, it's like, you know, you can say, oh, it's harmless. Well, go smoke a piece of crack then. And see if that don't get you hooked. Right? Shoot a little bit of heroin into your veins and see if that little bit of heroin don't have you hooked.
Hey, you know what Esau calls stuff like that? They call them subliminal messages.
Yep, that's exactly what it is.
They may not attach to your conscious outwardly, but your
the
subconscious sees it and it grabs hold to it, and it grows as you grow.
Yep. It gets stronger. Go ahead.
Let me get Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 7. Because, again, if they're going to be targeting your children, you need to have a defense mechanism set up so that your children can combat
Go ahead, bring
this
it out
garbage.
real quick.
Bring that real quick. Read that.
Deuteronomy chapter 6 and verse 7.
Read.
And thou shalt teach them diligently.
How should we teach our children?
Diligently.
Come on.
Unto thy children. And thou shalt talk of them when thou sittest in thine house, and when thou walkest by the way, and when thou liest down, and when thou risest up.
What are we teaching our children? We should always be teaching our children about God's commandments.
That's right.
That way, when they see this madness that they propagate on the TV, they can themselves identify it like that little boy did.
Yeah, and point it out.
For exactly what it is.
That's
evil.
confusion. Let's end it on this right here. 2nd Ezra chapter 7, verse 36. Just so nobody don't get the wrong idea about us exposing the pride of Sodom, that it is not of God. Let's bring it out. 2nd Ezra 7:36.
2nd Ezra chapter 7 and verse 36. Then said I, Abraham prayed first for the Sodomites, and Moses for the fathers that sinned in the wilderness.
So that's the same thing that's going on right here on FCN, on Four Corner News. We are praying for those that are in that LGBTQ lifestyle to repent and come back to how God made you. This ain't a hate campaign where we bashing nobody. We are speaking the truth of God, that it might touch your spirit to return to how God made you originally.
That's right.
He, like we read in Genesis 1, he made male and female in the beginning, and he's got instructions on how a male should run his life and how a female shall live her life. So we praying for them. So if life lasts, tune in next Sunday for part 2. Next Thursday. Tune in for next Thursday for the Pride of Sodom on FCN where the truth speaks. We're gonna dive into how where it is impressed or pushed upon your subconscious subliminal messages of your kids and what they grow up to look like and be. We're gonna deal with the adults next week. All right, so with that, Israel, we say shalom.
Shalom. Most High in Christ bless.
Most High in Christ bless.
Yeah. Oh, I think you going reprobate. Oh, man. I think you going reprobate. Oh, man. I think you going reprobate. Oh, man. Yeah, you going reprobate. Oh, man. You the same one that says they'll never hate. Now you tryna leave, you tryna separate, you gon' reprobate. Oh man, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh, why are you so deceitful? You're trying to trip up the people. You can't control your ways, but you complain all the day long. You're doing things not convenient. I pull a script, I can tell. There is no knowledge within you. Oh, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh, man, I think you gon' reprobate. Oh, man, think you gon' reprobate. Oh, man, yeah, you gon' reprobate. Oh, man, you the same one that says they'll never hate. Now you tryna leave, you tryna separate, you gon' reprobate. Oh, man, I think you gon' reprobate.
Yeah, I think they did. Before every enterprise we sought counsel. And the way you acting now, it's not like it. See, I'd rather leave than to start fighting. Unequally yoked is what the words say. Railing for railing, that's not my foreplay. Stay together, do what the songs say. Bonnie ain't collide with Clyde, now we in the hallways. We all make mistakes, but don't give excuse to do it. We all in the race, and everyone's a winner. But staying with a reprobate mind will keep you off track. And you don't wanna backslide.
Oh, man, I think you gon' reprobate.
It's so hard to serve God. And why when I say that I'm a Jew, it sound odd. For years I've been walking around saying that I'm a black man. I ain't saying that no more, it sounds wrong, man.
This is Bishop Nathaniel of Israel United in Christ. Please subscribe to our YouTube channels. Stay up to date with our latest events, music, and classroom lessons. IUIC plans to continue visiting different countries where this gospel has not been preached before. IUIC needs your help in pushing this truth. So join us. Subscribe to our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and podcasts, and stay up to date with us. For more information, please visit www.israelunite.org.